Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the stream. I am Xandros, and tonight we are playing the demo of 9 Noir Lives. And yeah, there is no sound going for the game right now. I don't know, I guess there's no menu music for the demo. But you know, it's all good. So hope everyone's doing well tonight. Welcome. It is Sunday evening. It is the beginning of the end of the daylight savings time. Hope everyone got a little extra sleep last night. I kind of didn't, but that's fine. I was just up a little late. But yeah, the weekend's coming to a close. Monday's starting tomorrow. And I had 2 Switch headsets. My other one seems to not be working now. At all. Which is weird. Or it could be that my jack is actually messed up for my headphones on the PC. I'm not sure which it is. I'll have to try another one later if I can find one that's, you know, a plug like this. But we'll test that later. So I've got a Bluetooth set plugged in right now, and so far they seem to be working, and they're not, like, screwing up. I was testing them a little beforehand, so that's good at least, right? But yeah, I've had this for a little bit, this demo, since I came across it, earlier this year, over on Steam, and they were doing one of their, like, demo things. It looked interesting. I like a fun little point-and-click adventure. I love some good humor, and this one's all cat-related stuff. So it should at least be a nice, chill way for us to enjoy our Sunday. At the end of the stream, I will be making an announcement about later this month, so look forward to that. So, you know, I'll also be talking about things in the Discord server afterwards. So, yeah, I hope you're here for that. But that's enough of me just chit-chatting around. We're going to get into the game proper and have a little fun. Let me double check the sound here. Okay. It's so weird that music's not running. I want to check something. Okay. Seriously, we're just starting. Seriously, we can't even start the stream without this starting, can we? I don't know if the problem is OBS or what, but it's just something. Anyway, let's hope it holds out. Normal mode. If you enjoy challenge, notebook only contains case notes. Story mode. If puzzles frustrate you, notebook always contains puzzle hints. There we go. Sorry, I clicked off. That was my bad.
Is that a fire cannon? Indoors? Oh, that really isn't safe. Is someone there? Hello? Am I yelling loudly enough for you? Oh, much better. Thank you. Ow! Ow, what the? I think I just walked into a wall of spikes. Hey, can we get the lights on in here? Look, it's cute, it's fun. Thanks for this, but, you know, time for some lights. Much better, thank you. Oh, hey, it was a cactus. Oh, neat.
Okay. So this is Cuddles. Cuddles is our main person. Our protagonist.
The official cease and desist letter from Town Hall.
Oh, that's the case thing. Got it. Can I... Oh, I can lick the cactus.
It is literally covered in spines, and the client didn't cough up for medical on this case.
Okay, so I right click to change between like the mouse, look at, use, and lick.
Face of intellectual copyright infringement.
Rude.
Okay.
Hello there. Are you the owner?
Who's asking?
Oh, my name is Cuddles Nutterbutter. I'm here to serve you.
Don't need no new waiters. Thanks.
Serve you papers? I mean, I'm a private investigator.
What sort of PI work is delivering papers? Shouldn't you be out investigating?
Yes, well, bit of a dry stretch right now, if I'm honest, and this pays the bills. Happens more than you'd think.
Oh, show me a badge then.
Of course, it's right. Oh, where did it? Actually, you know what? I forgot. Badges are being discontinued, so don't worry about it.
Right.
Miss none of your business.
Miss Business, then. I have a few questions for you.
We'll start with the fire.
There's a whole lot of fire around here. Seems pretty unsafe, especially given you sell quite a lot of alcohol.
You gotta have fire. It's for the ambiance.
The ambiance of catching on fire.
Customers know the risks. We make it clear when you enter.
No, you don't. It's pitch black. There's a whole lot of very loud, unnecessarily dramatic music, and fire keeps exploding everywhere, and one wrong step and your customers will be a cat kebab.
See? You know the risks. Proves my point.
That's not how that works. Is this the voodoo guitar?
Establishment is
Oh,
named
voodoo.
the Voodoo
Oh.
Guitar.
God.
Is that right?
Maybe. What's it do?
I represent the owners of the Voodoo Bar. Yeah, I'm sure you're familiar. The Voodoo-themed bar directly across the street from you. They feel, and I agree, that you copied not only their concept, but, well, everything, basically.
Oh, yeah? They gotta prove it then, don't they?
Oh, I see you are a cat of some legal knowledge. Past experiences, is my guess. Yeah, thing is, from what I've seen of this establishment, it won't be difficult to prove. Do you really want this to go to court?
You ain't got nothing on me.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm just having fun clicking
Sign
the options right
outside
now.
your bar, it says, "We're the voodoo place that don't serve no cursed margaritas." Care to explain?
Means we don't got no cursed margaritas?
Firstly, that hasn't cleared anything up. Secondly, it's slander.
It's true. No cursed drinks in here. That's our guarantee. The guitar guarantee.
You obviously just made that up. More to the point, there are no cursed drinks in my client's bar either.
The voice
What
acting's
even
pretty good so
is a
far.
cursed margarita?
Instead of lime juice, it's got the souls of the damned.
Ms. Business, my clients do not add condemned souls to their drinks, as I think you well know.
Yeah, but like, how can we be sure? They don't have a sign.
That's not... What? That doesn't even... Well, I don't see any guitars in here, so your whole name is a lie. You clearly ripped off my client's entire concept and just picked a word that rhymes with bar.
Guitar's a state of mind, though, isn't it? The voodoo guitar is totally different from all other voodoo-themed outlets.
Yeah, if you ignore all the bits that are identical.
Uh-huh.
Let's see what's behind the mask.
It feels weird talking to that mask. Can you take it off, please?
Yeah, I can't do that. Our clients expect it. It calms.
Yeah, if you're attracting the sort of clientele for whom that mask is calming, you need to work on your marketing.
Just listen. This is a tough city, okay? There's cats out there working hard to put food on the table, and they come here to relax. And the mask helps. When they leave, I hear them breathe sighs of relief.
Yeah, probably just glad they got through another visit here without being set on fire.
Hardly anyone has been set on fire at the
Hardly.
voodoo guitar this month. We got a certificate.
Wow.
Every single thing I can see in here is a direct copy of the interior of my client's bar, except for your obsession with fire. How do you explain that?
They must have come in and taken pictures when I wasn't looking. Oh, those jerks.
Just full of answers, aren't you?
Why is it that
And
the
what about-
the voodoo person
About done copying.
reminds me of Cajun's voice a little bit? I don't know what it is.
Right, someone just said they're duplicating my client's menu.
No, it's rats. It's rats in the walls. Right, rats, right, rats.
Yeah, no, I mean, speak.
I have a cease and desist from the Voodoo Bar. If you don't comply, my clients will see you in court, where, inter alia, you will have to sit in some very uncomfortable chairs in a room with too little air conditioning. It is not a party.
Big words don't impress me. Show me the papers.
Oh, fine, I will. Take the papers.
Now you take the papers.
Okay. Am I supposed to...
I need to...
Okay, here we are.
Honestly, I can barely even read the lettering. Here are the papers. I trust this settles the matter. Have your name changed within the week, or we'll see you in court. Well, not me. I don't go to court, but someone will, and I bet they'll be mean.
What if I say I won't accept the papers?
That's not up to you. Here.
Nah.
Okay. So I go up here for... Another day, another case. My client, the Voodoo Bar, has engaged me to deliver a cease and desist to another bar that is blatantly copying them, the Voodoo Guitar. There is refusing to take the cease and desist letter. Okay. I wonder. Put it on the cactus.
All right, fine. You want to be difficult? I'll give the papers to another employee, like this fine fella right here. He seems reasonable.
That ain't an employee, that's a catkiss.
He's got a name tag, though. That'll hold up in court. Hello there, Spiky! You've been served.
I can't believe that was actually the solution.
If I have to come back here to serve more papers to the voodoo mandolin or the voodoo sitar or any other sort of mystical instrument, you'll wish you only had fake rats to worry about.
Squeak.
Welcome back, sir. How did it go?
Oh, fine. You know, served them the papers. Argued about who copied whom, walked into a huge catkiss, you know, the usual. I did, though, almost get fried by a fire cannon at some point, so that was exciting.
A fire cannon? Indoors? That's very unsafe.
That's exactly what I said. Not that they cared, but anyway, it's done. Another citizen in need helped by Nutter Butter Investigations. Inform the media. Open the champagne. Oh well. I really hope something bigger comes along soon, Tabby. You know, I'm being wasted on these tadpole cases. I tell you, there's a full-sized toad of a case out there somewhere with my name on it. I'm sure of it.
Phone rings?
Oh, a toad named Cuddles? Well, until that hops along, I have a surprise that should cheer you up.
Surprises? I love those. Tabby, man, have I ever told you that your timing is perfect? I could really
Oh,
use
what's
a
gonna
pick-me-up
be the
right now.
letdown?
I thought you might. It's waiting in your office. Go on in and I'll be there shortly. I'm just expecting a delivery.
You're the best, Tabster.
I know, sir.
See what the note says here.
There's some writing on this. That's some really high-grade writing paper. I would have just used a napkin. Oh, but what if I then needed that napkin? Well played, Professor. To whom it may concern, I am currently out of the country on a research trip. If you need to contact me, please contact the Dean of the Department of Biology at Florentine University or phone me at this number. Mouse, shell, bell, bunny, bathtub.
What? Wait. Do they use images instead of numbers? Interesting. Can I lick that? Can I lick the pretzel? No. Oh.
Is that drop of coffee trying to escape? Not on my watch.
So I can lick the coffee.
The grease that oils the gears of justice.
Can I use this coffee machine?
I love the taste of a hot cup of coffee.
I'm curious.
I can't lick the staff. It's in their contracts.
Okay, let's go to the office.
Where are you hiding, sneaky little surprise? Cuddles is gonna find ya. Ooh, he's gonna find ya. Yes, he is.
Is it the present?
Rough tongues are a kind of claw, if you think about it. Come here, little present. I'm gonna lick that ribbon right off ya.
Okay.
That looks so pretty and neatly wrapped. Sure would be a shame if someone were to rip it apart with his claws.
Yes, I get the hint.
A brand new diary recorder, as seen on TV, with up to 12 hours of recording time, 2 playback speeds, and a waterproof casing. Oh, let's try this out. Dear diary recorder, hi there, I'm Cuddles, your new best friend. First things first, I can't just call you diary recorder, you need a proper name, or people will think I'm really weird for talking to you all the time. I used to know a good listener named Ramon. Yeah, and he was on television too, like you. So, Ramon, my assistant Tabby has...
Really, we're naming it... Okay, we're going with Ramon.
Sure, I know why. She suggested the other day that I need to keep better records of my cases. Well, she actually said that real detectives don't just slap sticky notes on everything to remember critical details. I'm not sure I agree. I actually think the sticky yellow notes on everything system was a huge success. But she went to the effort of buying you for me, so I think we can compromise. I'll record myself with you from now on, and hopefully she'll stop bringing up the time she accidentally ate a sticky note that I put on her sandwich.
Cuddles! Sir? Professor Huggy's delivery is here.
Professor Huggies.
I'll be out in a second. Just grab it for me, would ya? That's Tabby now. Kinda new, but determined to make a difference. We get along well.
Okay, all done. Enjoying your new
Huggies.
diary recorder, sir?
I love it. Thanks, Tabster.
My pleasure, sir. Office lunches are safe once more. Yo, Whiskers, there goes the phone.
Aw.
Hello? Oh, good evening, Chief. Yes, he just fit. Oh, yes,
Do we have
of
a
course.
case?
Please hold.
Sir, I've got the chief of police on the line. He says it's urgent.
He always says that. It was even urgent when they needed an extra person for the interdepartmental volleyball game last week. I got sand in so many places. Ask him to phone back tomorrow, Tabby.
Yes, sir, but you were just saying you wanted bigger cases, right? I think this one might be pretty big. Yeah, he said cucumber.
Whoa. Language, Tabby. Whiskers, I've never heard him curse before. Something must be up.
Cucumbers is a
So
curse
let me
word.
take this.
Oh
Patch
boy.
him through, sir.
Not about her. Hello?
Evening, Chief. How's things at
What's the
Police
chief's
HQ
name?
tonight?
Bad, in fact. We've got a real cucumber of a situation on our hands.
That's some pretty strong language, Chief. How can I help?
I just got word of a situation downtown.
Oh god, what's this chief gonna look
Been
like?
some sort of disturbance at the Nitty Kitty Club. Not clear yet what happened exactly. I need you to get down there and investigate.
That name rings a bell. Isn't it owned by a mob boss or something?
Not a mob boss, the mob boss. Bartholomew Montague, arguably the most
Montague.
powerful criminal in the city. It's his sleazy castle, and we suspect the place where his piles of dirty money get cleaned.
Ooh, sleazy money, my favorite. If I find any of those piles, can I keep them?
Always the comedian, Nutter Butter. You should be more worried about leaving with both legs unbroken.
Oh. Any additional details on what actually happened?
One of my guys caught wind of something over the tapped phone, but it was unclear. Whatever it was, it's got Montague in a tiz. I got a call right after saying Bartholomew has booked a flight home from a holiday trip overseas.
Okay.
Got a very small window of time before he lands, probably kicks us all out. My guys have bullied their way in for now. That's where you come in, Nutter Butter. I told my officers to play it very cool. I do not want to kick off a war with the Montagues. You're a neutral party. You can go places and ask questions we can. Got it?
Yes, sir.
And why the fuss?
If it's such a tense situation, why get involved at all? If someone's making trouble for mobsters, I say let them at it.
Nutter Butter, don't make me regret calling you second about this.
Second? Who do you call first? Wait, was it that hack Alfonso? You know he lost his own car keys for 9 months once, right? Oh, he couldn't solve a case if the perp was tied to his collar.
Pay attention, Nutter Butter. I called you because your success rate is actually pretty good, and I will deny that if asked by anyone else. You hear? And because Alfonso's out of the country.
I knew it!
Focus! Whatever's going down
Is
at the
Alfonso-
Nitty Kitty.
This will be
chances
interesting.
are involves a rival
is-
mob. If we're really unlucky, it's the Catulets. That's why my people...
Oh my god, the Montagues and the Catulets. Oh my god.
They'll help as much as they
The
can.
puns are gonna be amazing in this, aren't they?
Repercussions of police getting aside in what might be
Sorry.
the salvo of a mob war. Well, rather not think about it. It probably involves declawing machines and barrels of acid. If it comes to that, I'd rather it be you than one of my guys. I'm sure you understand.
Oh, Chief, that's so... well, actually, that's pretty awful. Did you say declawing machine?
I'll fax over the documents. I need you on this, Nutter Butter. Don't let me down.
Yeah. So, I mean, how many paws are we talking about here? Like, how many paws are they going through to need a machine to... Do they keep them? Is there a room somewhere just filled with claws?
Good night, Cuddles.
Good night, Chief.
Well?
We've got ourselves a big one, Tabby. Safety of the city, lives in the balance sort of thing. Cancel my appointments and get yourself plenty of coffee. I have a feeling it's going to be a busy night. I'm gonna head straight to the Decline Club to see what we've got.
The what?
Oh, did I say Decline Club? Ha ha ha! That's certainly not preying on my mind or anything. Ha! I meant the Nitty Kitty Club.
Well, we don't take midnight appointments, so nothing to cancel there. And I'm already ahead of you with the coffee. But did you say the Nitty Kitty Club? Where all the criminals hang out?
Yes, the Nitty Kitty Club.
All of them, Tabby. I'm sure some hang out in dark alleyways and large empty warehouses down at the docks and such. It doesn't matter. This is really gonna put me, or us, on the map. We'll be big time in no time.
Well, yes, that's very exciting, sir, but those mobsters, from what I've read in the news, they're real mean. Keep an eye on your back out there, all right? I don't want to see your face on the television tomorrow under the title, Missing, Presumed Chopped Up and Thrown into the River. You'd better be standing right here in front of me.
Don't
Aw.
worry, Tabs. I'll be sure to come back in one piece.
Aw,
You both
she's
know
concerned.
This place wouldn't be the same without me.
Well, true, but that's not quite what I meant. You've forgotten to pay me this week.
Ah.
Again. But I just realized you don't need all your limbs to sign a check. Ask the nice scary mobsters to go for the legs first, will ya?
Well, I mean, if you're not paying your employees.
I'm really sorry, Tabster. I promise this is the last time. My new buddy here, Ramon, he's gonna make sure I don't forget things anymore. Say hi, Ramon. Hi, Ramon.
Hi. Oh, you named the recorder. Well, as long as it works.
Let's see what I can lick. I'm curious.
Oh, it tickles my tongue. Crisp crumbs with a side of lint. My favorite.
Why is there a look button? I don't get it.
Knowledge tastes like dust. Lots of dust.
Alright, phone? Or I can lick the desk.
Hey, that's not bad. I don't remember spilling something delicious on here.
Alright. Let's use the research bookcase real quick. Use Eustace in the Sea, standing in one spot in total silence for hours. Use 9 Noir pies, these recipes for the busy entrepreneur. Don't think, just drink. Getting drunk on a budget. Yarn Breaker, Life Taker, a max full power novel. I Hear You, an audio primer for curious cats. Tiger Strike, discover the big cat inside your little cat.
They look beautiful just where they are, I'd say. No need to move them. It's written very academically. Puts me to sleep in minutes. Yeah, still no fun at all. If you enjoyed this book, try the prequel, 8 Great Plates of Dates. Never know when you might need a recipe book.
Oh,
Max Full Power snarled as he fired all 16 barrels of his quad blasters into the alien's sole remaining face. Oh my goodness. Max is so cool. Oh, how about that? You can hear better when you press something hollow against the surface. I'm pretty confident I don't need this anymore. Oh, well, that's good. I should tell that one to Tabby.
can I lick the flowers?
Just a tickle of pollen on the tongue.
I can lick the flowers, apparently. Alright, that's enough fucking around. Let's get to the Nitty Kitty Club. Well, let's talk to Tabby real
Hey,
quick.
Tabs, let's have the real chat. How you doing? You know, talk to me. Are you doing well, Tabby?
Thank you, sir. So kind of you to ask. I am. How's the case coming along?
We haven't started yet.
Investigations are ongoing. That's what the cops would say, right?
Yeah.
Thanks, Tabby.
Can I take the umbrella?
Don't need an umbrizzle tonight. My coat will keep off the drizzle.
Never say that again. Alright. Oh yeah. Mom.
Citizen, please do not approach any closer. This is a crime scene. That means you, Cuddles.
There he stood, like a flat, round traffic cone, heedlessly impeding everyone's normal flow. Kowski. When cops talk about throwing the book at someone, it's his book they mean. He knew all the rules, every single one. Whiskers, he probably invented half of them, and he'd make sure they were followed to the letter, or else you'd never hear the end of it. Hey, Richard, what's the sit rep?
Firstly, as I am on duty, I require you to drop the informalities. Please refer
Is he wearing
to
a
me
bow tie?
as det-
Hang on. That was weird. Hello? Hang on a minute. I gotta check something. Okay, so that... Okay, something's wrong. What happened to the game? I think the game has kind of crashed. Like, it not fully, but I can't like find like the sound on my volume mixer for it at all, and I can't do anything. That was weird. Okay, we're going to have to restart, I guess. That's fucking annoying. Give it a sec. All of a sudden, my headset disconnected and... Yep, we have to redo it. God damn it.
Much better, thank you. Oh, hey! Honestly, I can bear...
Okay, can I just click on it?
I can't just hang this on the wall. Here are the papers.
What if...
That's not...
Nah.
All right, fine.
That ain't an...
He's got...
Alright, we skipped all that.
Welcome back, sir.
Oh, that... oh, well. Surprise. You're the...
I know.
Where are you hiding?
Okay, so we use this. Go through the whole thing again. Blah, 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 blah.
Dear, first thing... So, well, I'm not... I'll...
Cut off, sir. Professor.
I'll... That's kind of...
Okay. Enjoy my... Joe. Hello.
Like, I know my headset's actually charged, so it's not that.
Sir?
It was Eve. I got asked.
Yes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right.
Catching it?
Evening.
Bad.
That's some...
There's been no clear.
That name... Oh.
I don't know why, just the little, like, excerpts of the dialogue is just amusing for some reason.
Wait. I knew...
Okay, if we tell the rep...
Oh, did you... Yeah, yeah. Good.
Okay.
Well,
We've got safe cancel. I'm... Oh. That's certain.
well, and I'm...
Not... It doesn't...
Well, you keep an eye... I don't... You bet...
Don't worry. We both...
Well, you've...
Okay. Now we went over here.
It's written very academic. If you enjoyed this...
It was this one. Okay. So now we're good there. Travel. Travel. Let's try this again.
Citizen,
There he stood. He knew all... Hey, Richard. What's the sit rep?
Firstly, as I am on duty, I require you to drop the informalities. Please refer to me as Detective Krakowski. Secondly, sitrep is a law enforcement term, Cuddles. You are not authorized to employ it. The situation is that I've been assigned to guard the premises. Now please, step back, or I will be forced to make you step back. With force. Forcibly!
Yeah,
I'm
sorry.
here on business, actually. The chief called me in himself. So if you'll just let me past, I'll get out of your fur, and we can both get on with our jobs.
Not so fast. Do you have a PI badge and a permit? Without those two things,
Oh, for
you won't
fuck's sake.
take a single step further.
Badge? Permit? Are you being serious? Krakowski, you know who I am. I've been at like 10 crime scenes with you before. You hit me right in the face with a volleyball last week. Really hurt.
Don't try and cozy up to me, Cuddles. Rules are rules. Nobody goes inside without a private investigator badge and an official permit P54851. I am an officer of the law. If I do not follow the rules, then the very fabric of society would collapse. The entire city would be plunged into a nightmare of crime from which we might never escape. So, it's my duty to be the moral backbone of this city. Therefore, I'll ask you again. Do you have the correct items?
Yes. I mean no. Well, okay, so don't say no immediately.
No paperwork, no entry, Cuddles.
I left them at the office, all right? I was a bit distracted by something the chief said about declawing machines. But come on, don't be such a stick in the mud, Krakowski. We're friends, right? Good acquaintances, maybe? Distant colleagues?
You see this uniform, Cuddles? This means that I'm on duty. I am not your familiar acquaintance when I'm on duty. I am the only bastion against the forces of darkness seeking to overwhelm this city with their darkness. And you see that lack of badge on you? That means you're currently just a civilian impeding the enforcement of justice. Move along, citizen.
God damn it.
I want to ask you some questions while I'm here.
Maintaining good public relations is one of the key roles of an officer, such as myself. I'd be happy
Okay,
to
at least he'll
answer
do that.
questions.
Actually, real quick. Okay. I guess I don't have a choice.
What do you know about this place?
I mean, I could say never mind, but,
I
you know.
know nothing beyond what I've read in past incident reports. Word on the street is, it's a sleazy hotbed of crime owned by a dangerous cat and his son. As soon as this situation is resolved, I hope to never return. Except perhaps to arrest the entire staff.
Well, that's goals, I guess.
What's actually happened inside, if you know? The chief just said it was a disturbance.
Detective Fuzzball is inside, and according to him, it's murder.
That's not good. Who died?
We don't know yet. Detective Fuzzball should have some new information, but he has to stay inside to keep an eye on the body. And I need to stay out here to keep away overly curious and badgeless PIs.
All right.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Krakowski.
I'm keeping my nose on you.
What?
You see what I'm dealing with, Ramon? Every conversation with Krakowski turns into a pointless game of cat whiskers. There's no getting around him tonight. I'll have to head back to the office to get my PI badge and the permit he was talking about.
Cuddles? No furtive conversations at my crime scene. Move along!
There we go. We're saved. So if it happens again, we're good.
Back so soon? Did the villains hear you were on the case and instantly hand themselves in?
Like, you don't be a smartass.
You know what isn't funny? Officer Krakowski? The sourpuss wouldn't let me into the crime scene.
He's just doing his job. You know how much he loves the pageantry of it all.
Yeah, well, he could take a day off now and then. He's seen me countless times before. I shouldn't need to prove anything with a stupid badge.
Oh, you forgot your private investigator badge again, didn't you? That's the third time this week.
Not true. Only the second.
Uh-huh. What about Monday? I had to go down to the police station myself to hand in those papers when they wouldn't let you file them due to lack of identification.
All right, 3 times.
4 if you count the time you came back for it, then left again after forgetting why you were here.
It's a very forgettable item, all right?
Is it? Is it really? Don't think it is. Let's see, maybe it's in the shelf? You know, like the dresser or whatever? Nope, guess not. Let's use the desk. Use the doodle book.
I have been meaning to start my epic drawing of myself valiantly fighting off a zombie horde, but now might not be the time. I used to have a picture of my mother in this frame instead of Matrick and I, but, well, I love you, Mom, but it was weird having you staring at me all day.
Wait. They really do have pictures instead of numbers on here. So what we got? Seashell, rabbit, bell, mouse, snowflake, butterfly, yarn ball, bird, I guess, and bathtub.
Lift the headset, then dial. I don't like to brag, but I'm pretty sure I've mastered that.
The number you have dialed does not exist. Or maybe the person on the other end is ignoring you, meow.
All right. I actually gotta see. Let's go back. Can we go back? Yes, here. I need to go check that note. Let's check that note out. So we got that number.
There's some writing on this. To whom it may concern. If you need to contact me...
Mouse, shell, bell, bunny, bathtub. I forgot already.
If you need to
Mouse,
contact
shell, bell, bunny, bathtub. Mouse, shell, bell, bunny, bathtub. Mouse, shell, bell, bunny, bathtub.
Hi there! This is
Haha.
Professor Huggy, PhD, LAPD, DHCP. I'm just busy opening an ancient tomb. Oh no! She's been awakened! Quick, bring me the staff of elemental judgment.
What? I'm gonna try again. Let's see if we get something different.
Hello! Professor Huggy here. I'm on an expedition right now, so I can't answer. The tigers are coming back! Deploy the honey, we'll get them this time!
Okay.
Better make a quick note here. Cuddles is the best detective. Wait, vest detective? Cuddles?
I can't use that.
Now...
Drawer? Ooh.
Be strong, Cuddles. Billy the brandy decanter will still be here when you're done. Let me just move this piece of paper. It's empty. No point opening it. This could come in handy.
Aha, a coin.
I'll just lick the outside. Well, that doesn't count as a drink, right? I can't lean all the way down there just to lick a box. That's crazy talk.
Is it crazy talk? Is it really? Why does this sound feel off? Hang on. I'm gonna bring the font size up just a little bit. There we go. Where the fuck is the badge at? Try the couch, I guess.
I bet if I was like 300 times stronger, I could lift this entire thing. I don't think any gym in the whole world could achieve that, though. I like books. They don't commit felonies. They don't force you to chase them when you ask questions, and they don't claw and hiss at you in interrogations. Plus, they look nice. There's not much I can...
Here we go.
I get excited when a job comes up. I can't be expected to keep track of a little badge when my mind is in overdrive, forming plans to foil criminals, save the city. Do you have any idea where I left it?
Knowing you, it's probably in your office somewhere. Krakowski is just doing his job, you know. Same as you. Don't let it frazzle your whiskers.
They're not frazzled, just singed. You know, Krakowski also mentioned a permit. Is that even a real thing, or is he just pulling my tail?
It is for some cases. Did the chief mention one?
I think so. I was a little distracted by the declawing comments.
Edna hasn't sent it yet, then. I'll just give her a call and check.
Oh, I can do that. Edna and I get along really well.
Are you certain? Edna Honeybottom, the secretary at the police station, with the big hair?
That's her. We've got this cute thing we do where we dance around the fact that we'd be kind of great together.
You and... wow, that's quite an image. But if you insist, sir, the number is bird, snowflake, mouse, bell, shell.
Got it. Shell, bell,
Oh, god damn it.
well, dog.
No, sir. Here, I'll write it down for you.
Thank you. Tabby, you're great, because he just confused the living fuck out of me on that. Alright. It is... bird, snowflake, mouse, bell, shell. Did I get it right?
Hello?
Hey, Edna, it's me.
Oh, I did.
How are you?
Horrible.
Oh, no, what happened?
You phoned me.
Good one. So listen, I'm following up on some documents I need for a case. The one at the Nitty Kitty Club. I need them to get in. Krakowski's being Krakowski, and you know how he is.
Irritating and tiresome?
Yes, exactly.
I meant you.
You got me again. So, can you fax the papers through?
No, I do all my faxing in the morning.
Oh, I kind of really need them now. Krakowski won't let me into the crime scene without them, and the chief said it's a really important case. So,
Fine.
thank you, Edna.
Whatever. Hi! Constable Frangipane! I need to talk to you.
Frangipane? Okay.
Yep, empty.
Is that it back there?
Light of my life. Fire of my throat. I'm no alcoholic, but a small glass of brandy in the evenings sure helps me round out the day.
Where's the damn thing at? Or is it in the book?
It's not a magic book. A collection of recipes for alcoholic drinks. The paint stripper sounds pretty interesting.
Okay. I mean, it was worth checking that it might be there. But guess not. Where in the office would it be? Let me look through here, I guess.
If you enjoyed this, they look beautiful just where they are.
I don't know where it would be. Let me look. Let me try the radio. See if it'll like do something.
Nothing on at the moment.
Oh shit. Where would they be? Okay, the couch has nothing to use. Let's go back out here and talk to her.
That takes care of the permit. Guess I don't need this posted anymore.
Yeah, I can't.
Remind me again. Where
Please.
can I find that badge?
Your badge is definitely in your office somewhere. Go on and use your...
Just watch me.
Oh my fucking god.
Thanks, Tabby.
Okay. Let me think. Look at my desk here. Can I... Okay, maybe I need to lick something.
Licking faces is a wolf thing, not a cat thing. Right, Matrick? Oh, he's gonna laugh so much when I tell him that one in like 6 months' time. Still tastes of mud from that time I slipped and fell while chasing what I thought was a perp, but turned out to be a really fast power walker. It tastes like dust and sticky paw prints. I should really clean more. It's a drawer I keep. My decanter of brandy.
I keep wanting to look behind it. It's like there's something there, but I guess not.
It's empty. No siree. Tabby got it for me for my birthday last year. Shame I never really bring a packed lunch to work, though. Still, a nice gesture.
Not in the drawer. It's not up here. Okay, let's try this. Let's see. Look at the couch. Maybe that's what you need to do is look at the couch.
I love napping on that thing, but I always have the weirdest dreams.
Can we look at the fucking
Look
couch?
at that. I've created a cat-shaped indentation in the cushions. The nerve center of the operation. What would I do without it? Well, work on the floor, I guess. I like books. A collection of tomes, volumes, and encyclopedias that I've built up over many years. Such fascinating things to be learned here.
Just don't know where to look. It's not giving me a lot of options here. Because I searched here, I searched the desk, I searched the couch, the radio. I'll look at the radio.
I really enjoy listening to the radio after a long day.
Let's go back to the desk. It's the only place it can be.
Doodling helps me concentrate when I... some of these Doodling helps me... Tabby can keep her fancy filing system. This is how a real detective makes his notes. Notepad and typewriter. What more could you need? Well, now that I think about it, it's quite a lot, actually.
I don't... Okay, so I've done those already. Yeah, I thought that already. Let's go back. Really? I hovered over that earlier.
Hey, my detective...
Hey,
was
robot.
under this cushion.
It's a world of cats. Well, I guess not just cats. There's
Stand
other
up
animals.
There, you sneaky little thing. Back into my pocket with you.
How you doing, Robot? Glad to see you. Yeah, we're just demoing a game that's currently available called 9 Noir Lives.
Hey, so I found my badge. Somehow it had ended up under a cushion. No idea how it got there.
Well, I'm no expert investigator like you, but I'm gonna hazard it was during that cat nap you took yesterday.
That was... I was investigating.
You snore a lot when you investigate then. But congrats all the same. You were a big cat and you found it all by yourself.
All right, I get it. I'll be more careful where I put things. But now I have an important case to solve. The fate of the city is in my paws. Lives might be on the line. I don't suppose you know where I left my car keys?
Mm-hmm. Second pocket on your left.
You're the best, Tabby. See you later. Thanks, Tabby.
How you doing tonight, Robot? Nitty Kitty Club, we back.
I found the things you wanted. It was really hard. I hope you're grateful.
Well, these both seem to check out. Pleased to meet you, P.I. Nuttabutter. I actually expected you a while ago. What with the severity of the situation?
What? I stood just... Krakowski. I swear.
The corpse is cooling, Cuddles. The crime scene awaits you.
At least I can get to work. Now that you'll actually let me.
The law thanks you.
The law is
A what, citizen?
lovely. The law is, lovely.
Haha, delighted to hear it. Oh, and one more thing, Cuddles. I'll be keeping that permit. Don't want you persuading your way into any other places you shouldn't be now, do we?
Okay, so I gotta give him the permit. Oh, you already took it. Never mind. Can I, like... I can use the sign? No, I want to use the sign.
It's not my sort of thing. That's not my sort of thing.
Scratch pole dancing. Interesting. Oh. I thought there'd be more to it. Well, I guess that was a little taste of 9 Noir Lives. I don't know, it looks like it'll be a fun game. I'm not sure I'm going to get it right now or anytime soon. But it was at least fun. So yeah, if you want to get the game yourself, you can check it out on Steam. I think it's also on Epic if that's the route you want to go. And I believe Good Old Games has it as well. So, yeah. You know how it goes. Now I gotta find something else to do. I thought there'd be more to it. I've gotten used to, like, demos being longer, actually, in recent years. So, let's go ahead and quit out of this for the moment. Let's go here for a minute. We'll have a little fun. We're gonna spin the wheel for a little fun. Alright, we're gonna watch something kind of chill, relaxing. What can we watch? There you are. We haven't watched one of their videos in a little while. Let's watch our favorite otters. Okay, otters in costumes, yes. That's cute. That just reminds me that I need to finish my Black Sad video game review. Ah, true. Hey, Choppa, how you doing? Aw, God. I don't know, the otter spider's a bit weird, but it is just adorable. No. No, don't scare them. Not too bad. We got through the demo faster than I thought we would. But, you know, it is what it is. How are things in the house tonight? Oh, she's gonna eat it, isn't she? I just did meal prep for the new job. Nice. You start tomorrow, right? Alright, mostly getting some chores done today. Okay. Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with being productive. Tomorrow morning, I wish you the best. Hopefully the first day goes smoothly. That's adorable. I think we all needed a little bit of cute, adorable otters today. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's one of those days where it's been kind of long and tedious. That's certainly a noise. What's about to happen? Well, I wasn't expecting that, but I guess. You know, I'm actually surprised they aren't running away, really. Depending on the animal, usually they kind of run away from that kind of stuff, but I guess not. What the hell is that up there? Never seen that toy before. Interesting. Their crows look so different. They look a lot smaller. In a lot of ways, like, the ones here we have are fucking huge at times. Sorry, I gotta scratch my foot there. So what do you think? Should we watch some more videos or should we play some games? I wouldn't think they'd have a concept of predators, at least not land ones. No, but they've gotten freaked out by like kids where like they're like get away from them because they're like just a bit too much for the otters. So I figured with like the human shaped one, it would actually freak them out a little bit. But I guess not. Oh, excuse me. What do y'all think? Some more videos or a game? Considering my original plan for the night kind of went a little faster than planned. And I still have some time before stream ends, so gotta do something. I can always pop in something like Slay the Spire or Undermine or something, but I guess I'll leave it up to you all in the chat right now. And I can even take suggestions if you want to do videos. I mean, I do. I have several chill games. Robot wants pain. I know Robot always wants pain. Robot's a masochist. Starting to think we have to talk to Husbot about this. It's beginning to be a problem. But yeah, like I said, as far as like chill games, they're there. Like I don't want to pop in Potion Permit right now because that one ends up being more like longer play. Husbot's well aware. Oh, I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure Robot feels the pain. Just Robot enjoys the pain. Let's see. Chill games. Besides, we already suffered through a vegan teacher already. Like, do I really have to do another one? I guess we'll take a look real quick. Let's find a stupid one, I guess. I hate most of these. They're so long. In every way, of course, I am programmed in multiple techniques, a broad variety of pleasuring. Let's see why she hates Halloween. Why not?
Hello students, welcome to class. Today is November 1st, the day after Halloween. How did it go for you? Did you have fun? Or did you hate it, like I did?
Yes, we know you hate fun.
Be like Hobart, so
Be fucking vegan.
tap into your empathy.
Be fucking vegan.
Come on and sing the song.
Be fucking vegan.
And Google
Be
watchtovegan.com.
fucking vegan.
So I made a little list here on my computer.
She has an
screen.
intro
4
song now.
categories I want to talk about. First one is the ugly decorations. Second one is the creepy costumes. The third one is the non-vegan candy that's being spread around. And the last one is the lack of actually scary movies, which are the real-life documentaries that people should be watching on Halloween.
What's in your body? Why are you eating me when you can choose compassion with every bite you eat? Do you want your body to be a garden, or do you want it to be a morgue? If you're brave enough to learn the truth, go to don'twatch.org. Do you want your body to be a garden, or do you want it to be a morgue? If you're brave enough to learn the truth, go to don'twatch.org.
All right, so let's begin with number one, the ugly decorations. I walk around my neighborhood and I see plastic everywhere. Plastic that is going to end up in a landfill that every year just seems to be more and more grotesque. Now they got these like giant things that you fill up with air that are supposed to be, I don't know, scary or like there's ghosts. And
Weirdly,
and
jaunty
there's
song
a
ending
pump
with a
going
call to
there.
action to watch
And, like,
purposely explicit and
I
upsetting
swear
documentaries. Well, yeah.
more
What do you
than half the
expect?
time that I walk around, those things that are supposed to be these giant, big, puffed out things are just like lying limp, planted face down into someone's lawn. Like, it's just like, if you're not gonna do it well,
Of course she's gonna shoehorn it in
don't
Halloween.
bother
She shoehorns it
doing
into
at all.
everything. That's what she
it's like
does.
somebody who puts on nail polish and it's all half chipped. It's like,
In a landfill, what do you
if
think
you
happens
use
with
it that
decorations? They
way,
get reused
better.
for years. I mean, unless they get destroyed,
So,
yeah.
the ugly decorations. And I don't get it. I just don't understand how anyone can think that putting a bunch of dead people on their lawn is supposed to be somehow nice. And if you
It's Halloween. It's for scary stuff, too. Not just like cute little Halloween decorations, it's for the scary stuff, too. I don't get this woman. I don't understand how her brain is wired. I really think it's the diet that's really affected her cognitive abilities. Or she's just a complete moron. Either one's possible. I think most candy is going to be vegan unless it's chocolate, which will have dairy. I guess. Well, if they use anything like honey, then it can't be either. It's not vegan because it uses the bees byproduct, so.
it makes you happy, oh, it's fun. Okay, yeah, but why is it fun? Well, you know.
Because people like to do the scary things. It's like, why do people play horror games? Because they get some fun out of it. Why do people watch horror movies? They get something fun out of it. Because it's a way to be scared in a safe environment without an actually, fear for your life. It's just a human thing.
Well, it's scary. Okay? And why is it fun to have ugly, scary things on your lawn?
I don't know. I'm looking at you, and you're pretty ugly, and you scare the hell out of me. And I'm not talking about her looks. I'm talking about just her personality that's incredibly ugly. Not fun to deal with. I only have you on my screen because Robot hates me.
Like, what is it exactly that makes you, like, smile and get all warm and fuzzy inside? Well, I don't know. Everyone does it. It's just,
Everyone just does the Halloween stuff. I just get into it too. It's not because being scared can be fun because it's an adrenaline rush and everybody just laughs because of the stress relief. I'm smart. I'm not gonna keep pausing. We'll never get
chill
through it.
out. You'll be more cool. Like
No,
it.
you will never be more cool.
Why?
You will never be more
Why would
cool.
I like it?
I don't know why
I
you
like
would.
To see people with like eyeballs hanging out, and, skeletons like creeping up across the ground, and just like.
You like showing people
pumping
horror
things
videos all the time
all
with your
over
documentaries.
What I thought were perfectly beautiful trees before. I don't understand. Blood, eyeballs popping out with like green lights in them, and like fangs, and I don't get it. I really don't get it. I think the most beautiful Halloween decorations
Oh my god.
are the leaves. I'm up here in Canada, and there's the different colored leaves. They're so pretty.
Robot, make sure
So
she stays in
beautiful.
Canada and never
Fall.
comes to the US. I'm putting you
Attractive
personally in
sound to
charge
them,
of
so
this.
They sound nice, they look nice, they smell nice. And then you got pumpkins that people put out that look nice. Just put it out. You don't even have to cut it. And then sometimes you're walking around and you see pumpkins that have squirrels that are like having a little party, like, hey, thanks for the pumpkin. And they're like, that's cute.
No, you have to. This is
So,
your responsibility
Why
as a
would you
Canadian
mess
now.
that up by putting so much ugly stuff all over your lawn? I don't get it. And just today
We
I was
don't care if you don't get
coming
it.
home from the library. There's this
Oh,
one
boy.
house that has this massive skeleton. I mean, it's really, really
It's too
tall.
bad Black
Must
Sad
be
doesn't
like
have a demo. Otherwise, I'd recommend
I don't know,
downloading that. You could make
12
this stream a
feet tall,
Noir
something
Cat
like that,
detective
like
stream.
Twice the size of the average person. And then there's this woman, and she's like trying
Oh,
to
they have
undo
Canadian, I
it,
just live
and
here?
trying to take it
You're
apart.
Canadian
She's,
by
like,
proxy.
Trying to climb it and pull it down, and it won't go down. And I swear to God,
You're
the skeleton's
Canadian
gonna, like,
enough.
land on her head, and I kill her because it's like so big. And then where the heck does she store it? Like, storage space costs money. Like, what about...
I mean, most of the time when people have these decorations, they usually have a place to store them. Crawl spaces, attics, garages, sheds, basements. I don't know. There's plenty of spots. Closets. People can put stuff away. You're our personal Canadian ambassador, exactly. Chapo has this down pat right there. Very true.
So minimalism, people. Like, I don't get it.
Not everyone's
Jesus
into
is
minimalism.
vegan now, and God is too. If you want to get to heaven, you better be vegan too. Fuck milk, cheese, eggs, or any kind of meat. Buy broccoli, tofu, and vegan food to eat. God wants us to be kind to the animals, or it's true. You risk getting roasted on the devil's...
What? 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 I need a second. Okay. They're building so many personal storage facilities around my neighborhood, it's rather ridiculous, so are they? My brain's trying to comprehend what I'm seeing. Jesus is vegan now? Is he? Are you sure about that?
Barbecue.
All right, next on my list is the creepy costumes. I don't know about you, but I don't exactly feel comfortable when somebody rings my doorbell and they have a bag over their face. Like, I have no idea.
I don't know, I
who
think it'd
this
do
person
wonders for
is.
you.
I have no idea if they're safe or not.
I don't have to be
There's
nice
so
to
many
her.
crazy
I
people
refuse
out
to be
there
nice to
already.
this disgusting person.
And I just don't think that this is something that we should be encouraging. And
Oh, shut
I
up.
do see a lot of sadness on my news feeds. I see a lot of animals who suffer, who are actually covered in blood, actually cut up. So if my doorbell rings and I see somebody with scars and blood everywhere, also having worked as a nurse for 25 years, I don't find any of that beautiful, funny, cute in any way whatsoever.
Okay, then if you think horror stuff's supposed to be cute, I think there's something wrong with
When I
you.
was teaching in school,
Oh my god, she was a teacher and a
it was
nurse.
Halloween, kids could wear whatever they wanted. And at the time I was still working on weekends as a nurse, and I saw some terrible things. I mean, children who were cut up, and I mean, in real life. And then I would stand there in front of the class, and I had to be teaching English to a bunch of French kids who were wearing all kinds of weird costumes, some of them really graphic. And I had to just kind of pretend like this didn't bother me.
Good.
And just
It
carry
shouldn't
on
bother
my way.
you.
Like,
You're
I'm
just
suffering from
fucking
some sort of
weird.
post-traumatic stress disorder, but I had to put up with looking at these grade 5, grade 6.
Okay, if you had some kind of problems, then you should report it and not teach anymore. If you were suffering from some kind of PTSD related thing, fine. You say something and then they do something about it. Now, obviously they're not going to change everyone's behavior just for you. They probably would just put you somewhere else. Not teaching, possibly. That seems like it'd be a better idea for you. You shouldn't be teaching kids anyway. I wouldn't trust you around kids. Night, buddy. See you in the morning. Go to bed. Let's get back to
Kids
this
who look
crap.
like that. I found it really difficult, and it was also hard to just see their facial expressions that day. Like, are they learning? Are they understanding what I'm saying? I can't see your face. You have a mask on. I can't see your eyes. You have makeup everywhere. So that's another thing I don't
You
like.
could have just had them
is
take
this
their
weird
masks off
costume.
during class.
And driving home today, I saw one of those things that I guess people think is funny, where in the back of their truck they have an arm, a plastic arm hanging out, and it's supposed to indicate like that if somebody's been kidnapped or whatever, and it's the back of the trunk of a car. And did you guys not see Silence of the Lambs? You guys, do you not see
Fucking
like people
Christ.
kidnap people? People shove them in the back of cars. Just did that. Like, did
Oh
two
my
people
God,
in
this
and
woman.
hurt them? Like, how is this funny? How do you not understand that this is triggering to people and extremely upsetting? There is nothing good.
How do you think people feel about
Halloween,
you?
in my opinion.
You
So far,
trigger a lot of
we've looked at
people
the
and
ugly
upset a lot of people.
decorations, the creepy
Should we do something about
costumes.
you?
No
You've already talked
thanks.
about how you want to deal with people, arresting them, and like going full on fucking fascist.
The egg industry
So,
is just a cycle
oh
of
God.
misery. They lie to you endlessly. Don't buy eggs, walk away. Go to egg-truth.com today.
Oh my God.
All right, so next up on our list is the non-vegan candy that's being given out. I mean, just think about it right now. Think about all
Bro,
the
but
types of
why-
chocolate bars.
why did you
How
want
many
this?
of them have milk in them? And milk comes from a cycle of violence. This is where the females are pinned down, forced to be pregnant. That means they're raped. Their babies are stolen from them. Their babies are murdered so that humans can steal the milk and put it into Kit Kat bars, Mars bars, what else? Smarties.
Look, I could
all
care
of them.
less that they changed the
All
type of
the main
milk they
brands
used.
have milk in them.
I could
So,
care less. That's
how many of
fine.
you actually took the time to Google vegan candies and made sure that you had vegan
I
candies
did
to
not
give out
because
to
I
people who
could
showed
not
up
be
at your
fucking
door?
bothered.
So it kind of sucks.
Did anyone
for
else
vegan
check
kids
for
who go
vegan candy?
trick-or-treating and have to give back everything that they get. So that's another thing that I find is really sad about it. I mean, it really is a day of torture and hell. So I would like you guys in the comments.
I wonder if that's what her
section to let me know
husband
the
thinks every
types
time he
of
wakes up
vegan
next to her.
candies
It's a day of
that you
torture and
know
hell.
about. Let everyone know in the comment section.
I just
All right. What else have we got? Scary movies.
oh
We
my
need to talk
fucking
about scary
God.
movies. Now, I heard a story once.
What is this
about
puritanical
some
bullshit?
activists on Halloween who said, "Come and watch the scariest movie ever." I'm not sure if it was at a university or what.
It's gonna be one of the fucking vegan things, isn't it? You intentionally are showing torture porn to people. You know this, right? It's animal torture porn, specifically. And you get a kick out of showing it because it helps promote your message. But you're still encouraging people to watch torture porn. You're not encouraging people to watch these movies which are fake and there's acting and like no one's been harmed. But you want to show things where animals are being harmed. And I get that's your activism, but it's a weird fucking double standard, I think. You know? Just saying.
And all these young people showed up to watch a scary movie, and they ended up putting on Dominion. It was either Dominion or it was Earthlings, one of the two. And everyone there started to realize that, wait a second, this isn't a fake scary video with actors. This is actually what goes on when we eat our food before it ends
Yes,
up on our
we
plate.
get it.
Holocaust-like conditions. And everyone...
No, fuck you. Just fuck you. Just fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Everyone got really upset. Now, they literally were shown a freaking scary, scary movie.
No, they were showing
Horrific.
something disgusting.
All of the murder and all of the blood and all of the guts and all of the screaming and the begging for mercy that goes on to make sure that you get your bacon on your plate, as you call it, your bacon.
Yeah.
That's an animal. It's not your bacon. It's not your hamburger. It's not your cheese. None of it is yours. Those body parts belong to others.
It is once I buy
And
it.
if you can't handle watching what goes on, then why the fuck are you creating these fake holidays or whatever you call it?
Because it's a safe environment to experience those kind of feelings, you stupid dipshit. Again, I have to reiterate this. If you are vegan and for some reason have come across this channel, I don't inherently hate you or dislike you. Being vegan is a fine choice. I completely support your decision to do it. But I expect you to support my decision to not partake in that lifestyle. Okay? We can have discussions, and then I'll still explain why, yes, despite all of that, I still will eat meat. I have no reason to not eat it. It is a part of my diet. I need it. It's just the way it is. And there are people that cannot be vegan. It is impossible for them, and it is unhealthy for them. There are also people that can't do it because they can't afford it, because being vegan is incredibly fucking expensive, and it prices people out of food because they can't, like, do it to any extent that would be a healthy, balanced diet. I mean, we had this discussion. Your veganism is your thing. You can talk about it, you can express it, fine. But stop the bullshit like this dipshit does. Just stop. It doesn't help you. It doesn't make you look like you're, like, important and doing something great. It makes you sound like a self-centered shithead.
These days where you dress up and pretend that you like this, and in fact you really don't. Of course you don't. Who likes violence in their nature? It doesn't make any sense. Get rid of Halloween, show what actually goes on in the meat, dairy, and egg industries, and then change. And let's have a happy world where we can have pumpkins.
Oh,
we
fuck
have squirrels eating
off.
the pumpkins, and at Thanksgiving, instead of eating the turkeys, we invite the turkeys over.
How about we just not invite you to anything and let you sit outside of society, because we don't need you. We don't want you. You are not worth our time. Goodbye. Robot, why? Why do you recommend Vegan Teacher? She's fucking insufferable to deal with. I need something to cleanse after that one. Let's see, what can we watch? Anyone got any suggestions? Nothing's really popping up here. Let me think. What do I usually watch? Actually, let me look at my heel selection, because I always get forgetful, because I don't get on the heels very often with all of you. Alright, let's watch one of her videos, actually. Here, let's watch one of hers. Let's see what we got. Saturday Poor Man's Meal, nah. My first Korean frozen food taste test, nah, we want some cooking. Here we go. Let's do this. It's a DIY Taco Bell Crunchwrap Supreme.
Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you, and welcome back. Today's video is sponsored by
I need a
the
cleanse.
food delivery service that brings fresh, pre-portioned ingredients.
Let's skip
right
the
to your
advertisement. I don't
door.
care.
DIY homemade Crunchwrap Supremes for significantly less than what you would pay if you went through the drive-thru. Now, I admit I have never had a Crunchwrap Supreme, although I can easily imagine what it tastes like. I find
I'll be honest,
of
I've never
things
eaten it
on
either. It's
the
not
Taco
something
Bell
I'm
menu
interested in eating.
Are just permutations of the same ingredients, just different shapes. Maybe things are on the outside or on the inside, but I can imagine this tasting good. I, as a child, ate many Taco Supremes. That was my favorite, crunchy, of course. And I've never had a Crunchwrap Supreme, which is essentially a flour-wrapped, grilled Taco Supreme, if you ask me. There is a tostada shell inside, so you get that crunchy shell. You've got the meat, you've got the lettuce, Got the tomatoes, a little bit of nacho cheese instead of shredded cheese.
And the good thing is, if this is going to be within a good budget, that means it can feed a good amount of people for a decent price, which is a good thing right now. Now, mind you, the prices are probably going to be a little higher than when this aired
So,
a
first
month
thing
ago.
you need to do is taste a Crunchwrap Supreme. So,
Not much
I
higher.
have one right here. Here it is in this bag. This was $5.99 for this. So let's break this down. There it is. That is the one side. And here is the other. So it's a tortilla.
I always look at these and I always
and
think
it
how
has been
messy it has to be to
grilled
eat one of
and
these.
toasted. And inside,
Like, not that Taco
we
Bell's
have
clean to eat.
lettuce,
It can be messy,
tomato,
but still.
tostada, nacho cheese, and some ground beef. And let's see, I'm curious to see how much ground beef is in here. Not too much. I would just say a couple tablespoons, really, kind of all mushed.
I mean,
in
if
there.
I were making something like this,
And
I would
let's go
have
ahead and give
some a
this
bit more ground beef.
taste.
But that's me.
Enough. That's what it looks like in profile. And let's give it a taste. Here we go. Itadakimasu. The tostada is no longer crunchy. I was hoping I'd get a nice big crunch, but this has been sitting in its bag for a few minutes. So the moisture,
Probably longer than a
from
few
the sour
minutes.
cream and the meat and cheese has kind of softened it. But in terms of what it tastes like, it tastes pretty good. You get that well-seasoned, salty, beefy meat. Cheese kind of keeps everything moist. I like the crunch of the lettuce and the additional just greenery. Got some fresh tomatoes in there. You've got the sour cream that kind of binds everything together. What it is missing for me is that big crunch. This is a crunch wrap. After all, had I eaten it freshly made, I think that crunch would still be there. But you still have that kind of nice fried corn.
Well, I mean, yeah, it would
as
be.
well. The flour tortilla on the outside's a little bit dry too, but also, again, this has been sitting. Is this an improvement to the Taco Supreme? I'm not really sure. I know I have nostalgic bias towards the just regular crunchy Taco Supreme, but I think in just terms of my own personal preference, I've always preferred crunchy corn to flour tortillas. So the version I'm going to be showing you today hopefully will taste as good, if not better, than Taco Bell's. But besides that, it'll save you a ton of money. My version will cost you around $2 as opposed to the $5.99. That's before any kinds of tax or delivery charges.
Not to
for
mention driving if you're
Taco Bell.
going somewhere, so the
Let's
gas.
go ahead and get started. Alrighty.
Fry the
so
tortilla.
I've
There
got
you
a
go.
skillet here heating up on medium heat. I'm going to warm up a little bit of oil. And I've got 1 pound of ground beef. This was originally at $5.99, but my grocery store had this on sale for $4.49. So this,
I'll be honest, I would probably
1.12
substitute the
pounds
ground beef
of
for,
ground
like,
beef
chicken.
was $5.
Because it's a leaner meat and I
And then
like
I'm gonna
chicken
be
more than I
seasoning
like
it
beef.
with a packet of taco seasoning, and this was 99 cents. So one crunch wrap will use about 75 cents of seasoned meat. That includes the price of the seasoning as well. So I've got a little oil in the pan. If you're using a non-stick pan, you could skip the oil. Drop the meat into there.
Turkey's not bad. I'm just not a big
gonna
fan of
break that
turkey
up.
compared to like chicken. But turkey's a good substitute, I think, on that
Whenever
front. Yeah.
handling raw meat, make sure you wash your hands thoroughly before and after. Now we're just going to fry this up until all the ground beef is cooked. Now, I've noticed Taco Bell's ground beef is pretty saucy and wet. So we are going to imitate that by keeping in all that lovely grease. That's tons of flavor. This is 85%, I believe, or 80% ground beef to fat. I actually prefer fattier beef because I find it's more flavorful. If you'd like to drain off excess fat, by all means, do so. And then I'm going to add 1 packet of taco seasoning. This is already salted, so there's no need to add any additional salt to this. And some water. Add a little at a time, and we're just going to bring this up to a simmer and cook this until all the beef is cooked. You'll know that when you don't see any pink left and the meat looks nice and crumbly. Okay, so while that's just simmering away, it won't take long, just a few minutes.
Okay, it's starting to... I'm surprised she's not making her own taco seasoning.
$1.99.
Well, I mean, we're doing it on a budget, so it makes sense to buy it cheap. I can be forgiving on that front.
And in about 1/4-inch slices. So one.
Look, I'll be
small
honest,
head
I'd
of
skip the
lettuce
lettuce.
for
I'm not
16
big on lettuce with like
crunch
taco
wraps,
stuff.
I'm
I don't
assuming.
like it
So
personally.
even if it was
But if you
12
do,
crunch
you know,
wraps,
it's
This
great.
would be 16 cents worth of lettuce. We also need some chopped tomatoes to make this free.
Something else I'd skip
And
because
this
I don't like
tomato I grew
tomatoes
in my
at all.
garden. I will
Cabbage
put
is better. I
the
like either of them too
variety
much.
of
Like, I don't
tomato
mind lettuce. I'll
here
eat a
because I
salad.
forgot
But I don't like it on,
was I
like,
grew a few
I don't like
varieties
it
of
on
tomato.
burgers.
I'm
I don't
so
like it on,
happy with this variety.
like,
I will definitely grow it
with
next
the
year.
meat in that way.
Size for 1 serving for me. And they also keep
Fair,
well, too.
fair,
I picked
fair.
this a few days ago and it's not bruised, it's not overly mushy, not overly ripe. Lovely tomato. Love it. Okay, so since I grew this tomato, it was essentially free. And for one crunch wrap, if you were to purchase a tomato, it would be about 12 cents. Okay, so veggies chopped. Set these aside. Come back to the beef. And this is looking great. Lovely and saucy. And this is finished. When I calculated the 75 cents.
I always
worth of
assume lettuce is
beef, I
cheaper, which is why
calculated the
American Mexican
crunch
food
wraps.
uses
But
it
now
instead of
looking
cabbage.
at this,
That seems like
I
a
think this
viable
could make more
reasoning,
like
I think.
12. Did you see
Yeah.
how little meat was in the original? If you want to make it Taco Bell style, it's just really a couple tablespoons. But if you want to be more generous when you're making your own, by all means.
I definitely would be
I
more
said
generous.
8 portions for 1
I'm
pound,
a
and
round
that's-
boy.
it's
I like my
still
food.
a lot of meat per crunch wrap. Next, we need some cheesy sauce. This is Tostitos. This is the pre-made stuff. This was $4.89, so if we use an ounce of this, this works out to be 33 cents worth of sauce. So, it smells actually like chili peppers. But I'm going to warm this up.
I mean, it's not a
and
bad
then-
choice,
So now
but
we're
you
ready
can
to
melt your
assemble
own
the crunch
cheese
wrap.
too.
Find the largest tortillas that you can find, the flour kind. If you can't find giant ones, you can find smaller ones, and you can make a little patch for the middle. Even my Taco Bell version one had a little space in the middle. So if it doesn't cover it entirely, everything will be fine. Take some of our ground beef, seasoned meat, place it in the middle. I'm draining it a little bit so it's not too juicy, and keeping things in the middle.
Oh,
Next, we're
okay.
going to top that
Where's
with
the
a
shell?
little bit of our melted cheese. Next, we're going to top that with our tostada.
Oh.
This is a deep fried corn tortilla. 12-cent tostada on top. Next, I'm going to take some sour cream and spread it on the tostada. And that's about 12 cents, 16 cents, depending on how much you put. Then we add our lettuce, just a pinch, and tomatoes.
Okay, now I'm starting to crave
Now
some
we're gonna
Taco
fold
Bell.
everything up, just like it's got a little diaper. This is the perfect size tortilla. Look at this. Perfect. Yeah. Look at that. Beautiful. Now we're going to turn it over so that it kind of squishes down. And I've got a little nonstick fry pan.
Okay, so we're gonna put a little more
Now I'm
cooking
going to
in.
put
Okay.
a drop of oil in there, a couple drops of oil. Swizzle that around. And then we're going to place our crunch wrap right into there. Give it a good press. And I'm choosing to put it seam side down just so we can get everything to stay shut. Spin it around, get it nice and oily, and we're going to fry it up a bit. And then we're going to give this a taste. Okay, we're ready to flip. Oh, beautiful. Look at that.
Not bad.
Gorgeous. Alrighty, lovelies, this is complete. Homemade, and this is the original. But I would say that's a pretty good looking dupe, right? Alrighty, let's go ahead and cut this open. That's a crunch.
I would use those Taco
Granted,
Bell
I
sauce
just
packets
made
that they give
this,
away
right?
to make it taste more like
Husband's
Taco
getting a
Bell.
paper
That's
bag
fair. I
every
don't
time
do the
now.
sauces.
Just made it.
One, I like the taste of them. Two,
Good.
spices I have to be
Here's
careful
the
with.
original.
Again, it looks fine, but still just some stuff on it I wouldn't eat just because I'm that person. But if you want to make something at home, that's similar,
Flavors
then
are
there you
pretty
go.
Spot on. I find in the homemade version, I taste the sour cream more than I did in the original. And the original tastes saltier. The taco seasoning is delicious. The crunch of the tostada inside is still present. It's not as soggy as the original, but again, this was just freshly made. But I like how the tostada not only gives that little bit of crunch, but it also gives that kind of fried, corny flavor to it as well. This is great. It tastes just like Taco Bell in my opinion. I have not had Taco Bell's hot sauce in so long, so I'm going to try a little bit of that. This is the mild.
Well, there you go. There's the sauce packets you were talking about, Chapo.
Pretty mild, watery. Not my favorite. I'm just going to skip to... This one's Diablo. I'm guessing this is the hottest one, since Diablo means devil. Here we go.
Depending on the one, yeah, they do.
That actually has some heat. In terms of heat, though, it's still very mild. I would say around the level of a Tabasco. Very different flavor than Tabasco, not smoky. This is more just kind of like a cayenne heat.
I haven't had
a
like
slight
Tabasco
chili
sauce
flavor.
and anything in a long time.
A little moisture too, if you're.
I've had like cornbread, and I would actually have like Tabasco sauce with the cornbread. I liked that combo. That was pretty good.
Another facet to this meal by giving you some
Just like
actual
drop some on
chili
top of the
heat,
cornbread
along
and just
with
kind of
the
eat
heat
it.
of just cooking the meal itself. All right, Mellows, there you have it. DIY Crunchwrap Supreme. Delicious. Tastes just like the original for a fraction of the cost. Thanks so much for joining me, and big thanks to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. If you'd like to try HelloFresh for yourself, click the link down below or head over to HelloFresh.com and use my code EmmyMade16.
Let's just watch a restoration video for some fun, shall we? Let's see what this odd tinkering's got going here. Let's do... that's a half hour. I don't want to do that long one. I can watch that in my own time. Let us... A trench lighter, yeah. Bank or cast iron? Let's watch the bank one. I like watching the bank restorations. Those are always kind of interesting to see the mechanisms inside. You can see the what's left of the reds and yellows. So I wonder what's actually broken on it that's causing it to not do the effect. Ah. Like I said, this was probably mass produced. I can only imagine like the time it took to actually like do this stuff and put it together. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand it was still a fast process, but still. You know, the time to like melt everything down, get it in the casting, and then like assemble it on the line and that. Makes me wonder how many people like probably just damage the hell out of their hands doing this shit. Oh, that was a smaller screw than I thought it was going to be. It looks so weird without the trunk for some reason. I don't know what it is. It's just fucking with me a little bit. What's this? What are you? No, really, what is that? It's a cleaning laser. We get a laser. Oh, yes. I didn't pay attention. We get the fucking laser. Hell yeah. I'm so used to sandblasting. The laser is not something you see very often. Oh, yes. Why is this so satisfying to me? I don't know what it is. Like, just the sound and the sight. It does something for me. Look at that go. I mean, obviously not getting everything perfect, but it's getting in there. You can see the difference. Damn, that's nice. I wonder if it's like the same, like people watching like 3D printers. Like if this is kind of that same kind of feeling they get. Like I've tried watching people do 3D printing. It doesn't do anything for me. But like this and sandblasting, just love it. Perma blue. What's perma blue for? Probably some kind of like cleaning agent, I'm sure, but got it. It's to prevent rusting. Okay. Watching 3D printing in real time is like paint drying. Yeah. That sounds about right. Like it's a cool process. It just doesn't do it for me, but it does it for some people, and that's fine. But I mean, come on, we had a freaking laser. Oh, so nice. Okay. Oh, right, we're gonna make a spring. Okay. I forgot about that part. You know, I don't think I've watched somebody actually make a new spring before in one of these videos. This is gonna be interesting. Ah. Okay. Looks like a spring to me. Oh. The ductor. Remember to always secure your spray can safely. Buckle up, kids. Why are we harnessing this thing? What are we about to do? Are we shaking it? Yep, we're shaking it. Okay, okay. Why do we do this? Beat the devil out of it. It seemed to have been unnecessary, but sure, why not? Oh, okay. We're going with a what's it? A warmer shade. Maybe more consistency. Yeah, very different. Yeah, let's say it doesn't look like it's doing anything. True. Because, yeah, look. Okay, now we're going to make the gray. It's so tiny. I do not have the steady hand work for this kind of stuff. That's why I've always been afraid to try to, like, paint miniatures for, like, D&D and stuff. Like, I think I would just fuck it up. Plus, I don't have any fine motor skills or anything. It's just, I think I'd get too impatient. And I'd make mistakes. I mean, I guess the gold looks fine. True enough. I don't like that gray. It's too light. You think it's studio lighting? I don't know. Yeah. Okay. It's all coming together now. I mean, it doesn't look awful, but it still feels too light. Like, elfin skin's a bit darker than that. Okay, at least you're painting the screws too. That's good. I feel like they missed some detailing on the belting of the basket. Yeah. Probably. Like, you look at the top there. They probably could have put more gold on the top where that seat is. No, I guess they did. I think the belting around the waist there, yeah. Yeah, I think that's what you're talking about. Like, around the edges there should have been gold too. Again, does look horrible. Neat. Neat. I like that. Alright. Let's see. We have new K. The story you're going with violence, yes. A failed Bakewell tart. I had no idea what that is. But let's get back to some cooking again. A little bit of pain will do as well.
Hi people, and I'm back cooking again. And today I'm going to be doing
I turned it down,
my
sorry.
version of a Bakewell tart. I've read the instructions and it says to put
She's read instructions, has she?
flour in the blender with
Yes.
a little touch, oh god,
What happened to her wrist?
little touch of water in.
Carpal tunnel that
So
bad? I
I'm
guess?
going to blend that, but I'm going to turn the camera
If
off
so, that
because
sucks.
The blender is quite loud. It says to add some,
I don't know.
and then put your lid on and turn it on
I would
again.
say mixer too,
I'll let you listen
but
to how loud it is.
oh my god. Oh god.
For me. Right, as you can see, I've emptied it from the blender thing here, or whatever you call it. And well, that's the end product.
What?
As you can see, I've rolled it out, and it does say
I was there had to be more than that
to,
in product, my
well, to knead
house.
it a bit, and that's with one hand. That's the only way I can think of kneading it.
I don't know.
I've never had to knead
It's
pastry
very
before,
possible that
but-
Kay did.
Oh, who am I to argue with the recipe?
Did she actually injure her wrist? Like hurt herself? Because she's not like.
As you
If
can
it was
see,
carpal tunnel,
I've
she could
got the
do some minor
pastry
stuff.
rolled out and put in the dish. It was painful.
Maybe she actually
but
hurt herself really bad.
I've done it. I managed it. You can see I've got the butter in. I'm going to mix that together with a bit of what's that? It's a bit of pastry.
Blender, mixer, they both do the same
With a
thing.
bit of.
So,
It says 6 ounces of sugar.
oh, it
That
should
was
have.
3 ounces. It's not like that, 2 ounces. Well, it says 4.5 ounces.
Yeah.
With the sugar that's left in there, probably about
Okay,
4
so
ounces.
it's.
And I'm going to mix it.
Oh, she has a hand mixer. Oh my god.
To melt all the... Right, now I'm going to add the beaten egg, as it said to do.
Oh, she didn't say a heggy. Thank you.
And I'm going to beat it up with the egg in it. Right, now I'm going to put some jam on the bottom. Spread it
Okay.
out, because I don't want too much jam. I'm not a really big jam fan.
Bakewell tart.
And then I'm going to bake it. It's like sort
Yeah, I
of
don't either.
blind baking.
That never
I
stops
think,
Kay, though.
it was said. So I'm going to spread. I seem to be using a lot of it, don't I? Say I weren't going to use a lot. So I'm going to put that down a minute. Turn it round so I can. The oven is already warmed up, or warming up anyway. That's it. I know you're going to say, well, there's not much jam in there. I'm not really a big jam person. So I'm going to put there. Can't speak. It's getting near Christmas. So I'm going to put that in the oven for about 2 to 3 minutes and see if the jam has melted. And then I'm going to put the mixture in it. Right, the jam is set.
Yeah, it has to be like carpal tunnel. If it was like an injury, like a full-on like bone or something like that, I doubt she'd be doing a lot of like gripping with that hand at all. So
this on top, not
it's probably just
pouring,
really
but
bad like carpal tunnel or some
pouring it,
kind of
I
strain to
guess.
the wrist. So
I think I've made enough for this sort of dish, but never mind.
this just looks.
There.
This looks like something Dave would
rounder.
make. It's just gloop.
Oh, it's looking good. It's looking good.
Is it, Kay?
Then I'm going to put this back in the oven. Oh, I'm pulling half a jam up. I'm going to put this back in the oven and let this cook for about 20 minutes. It said 20 minutes. And then, well, then we'll finish the ending bit. Right, it's come out the oven. It's not. Well, I think I put too much margin because look. And it should not be like that. If it should, then it's turned out all right. But I think I put too much margin.
Bakewell
so I'm leaving
tart?
that as the end product. And the Bakewell tart, this recipe I was following, just showed the.
Don't. It's Kay, you can't save
The
this.
lady was doing it with the smagerers were going all over. She just drizzled it on different
Oh my god.
ways with the spoon.
Oh my god.
So, apart from it being too much marge in it, butter in it, I think it turned out alright.
Yeah.
And this is the taste test.
Oh, don't eat it, Kay, don't.
Right, there's going to be a link in the description to my merchandise. I've got that.
Here's a taste test. Doesn't show. Kay, you didn't even show the taste. You didn't have Lee eat it. You shouldn't have posted this. I'm sorry. You shouldn't have. Just accept it was a loss. Yeah, I can believe it's not cooked properly. I would too. Okay, what is this supposed to look like? A Bakewell tart. Let's see what this is supposed to be like. We're not watching Jamie Oliver do it though. She's tried this before. No, she wouldn't have teased the merch before doing the eating. She did this before though.
Hi people, and I'm back cooking again. And today I'm going to be doing a Bakewell tart.
Why did she do one she'd already done before? And post the
Pastry, I don't know
failure.
if you can see that. But the pastry already made. And I'm going to make the inside what goes in a tart. This sounds so wrong. So first of all, I'm going to put 8 ounces of sugar. Might help if I take the hat off, I can't see with it on. So yes, like I said, 8 ounces of sugar. Put that over there. Tip that in there.
Okay.
That's it. And we need 8 ounces of butter. Now you can use butter if you want. I'm using Marge because I don't like butter. And yes, to people who say there isn't, there is.
And she's actually like measuring it.
Taste.
God, that's a lot.
It's disgusting. Seriously, to me it's disgusting. Oh, that's too much now. Right.
I mean, to be fair,
So
I
now I'm
hope
gonna put
that she
this
just decided
butter
not to in the end to taste it
in the
because that
dish.
would make you sick.
And oh, I've got some butter, extra butter. It says add 3 eggs, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this. Move them scales away. I'm going to. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? Yeah. I'm going to mix this with a fork, and then I'm going to slowly add the eggs, and then I'm going to mix the flour in. And I think that might be it. I need to add in.
I'm not going to show her mixing the. Okay, good.
Right, now I've done the cases. I know I didn't show you.
So she's making
And I'm gonna
smaller
put a little
ones
bit of
this
jam in. Now
time.
you might ask why I am only doing little ones. Because I am.
That's not a lot of jam. I think you need more jam.
Because it's flipping about. I wasn't going to swear, I just couldn't think of the word. As you lot will have probably gathered by now, I've got such a shocking memory.
Yeah, did you forget
Right,
you already done the
that's
video
jam.
once and just did it again?
Now I haven't put a lot of jam in for a simple reason. Me and Lee don't, well, Lee doesn't like jam. And then what I'm going to do is the mixture that you didn't see me mix, or you probably did see me mix, I can't remember, is
No.
I'm going to, oh, that's a fork. Excuse me a moment.
Okay, just cut it out.
Sorry about that. I'm going to,
I don't know if this is worse or better than the last one.
oh, team it in.
I don't know how to feel
This is
here.
a recipe by my good friend. So now I'm going to put them in the oven for about...
She's not even doing the full thing, she's just doing 2.
Right. A guesswork. But they go on, if you're doing in gas, electric, whichever, I mean, 230, that's all I can say. I can't work it out in gas because I haven't got a gas cooker. But it's roughly about 230. Right, as you can see, as you can see, my little tart has turned out very nicely. I know it's not the perfect round that you're getting, so I just thought I'd show you the tart, and then I'm going to put some white icing on it. Now, I've also been asked to put a cherry on top. Unfortunately,
Looks like an egg.
as this falls, me
I
and my son
guess.
don't like cherries. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some white icing, and then I'm going to sprinkle it in hundreds and thousands. Right, I've made the icing.
I don't know what hundreds and thousands means. Sorry, I don't understand British slang all the time.
Don't trouble yet, this icing. That's it. Get it off, finish, that's it. Now I'm only going to put a bit on. It's so thick. It's going to take ages.
You know what? This one's better by default because at least it looks like it's technically
Going
edible.
into shape now. Oops. Would you say that, leave that, or let it, would you help it out, or would you
Like
leave
it's not
it?
jiggling.
Leave it, right then. Like I said, normally
An
you would just
indefinite but
return it,
empathetic
if
margin.
not, I
Okay,
don't
fair,
want one.
fair. Got it.
I sound like a child, not one. And so I'm going to put some hundreds and thousands in the lid.
Oh,
And
wait. It's just a nickname for sprinkles. That's it.
sprinkle them very gently over. Oh, look, it's running over now.
I didn't know that.
And
Unless it's a regional thing. We'll have to ask some of our British
that
friends
is
about that.
the Bakewell tart with hundreds and thousands done. This is the end product of a Bakewell tart.
A
My
people
son
taught.
is going to. My son is going to do the taste test.
Keep forgetting how short she is.
You don't have to eat it
Or maybe
all in
Lee's just
one
really
go.
tall. I don't know.
You can take a bite and see what it's like.
Why are you doing that? Look at me.
I'm not giving any look at you. I'm just.
Small hard pieces of colored sugar used to decorate cakes, cookies, candies. Yeah.
Cooling down. You probably won't be able to taste the jam. There wasn't really much in it.
Do you want to just say it? I'm actually just going to say that.
Go on
Would
then.
you?
No, sorry, go on.
You can't taste the jam. Nothing at all, which is good because I'm not a big fan of jam. You can obviously taste the icing and the pastry and the millions of thousands. Well,
hundreds and thousands.
what did I say?
Millions and thousands.
Well, hundreds of thousands. You can taste everything apart from the jam, but which is good in mine and Mum's case, well, because we don't like jam, so.
I do.
So it's good in my case because I don't like jam.
Jesus fucking
But,
Christ.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, it actually does taste nice, and well, like I said, more jam in it.
Actually, I don't know.
Okay, brilliant. Right, and people have been.
Thousands.
Oh wait,
If you want them, that's.
Right.
it is a case cooking hat. It is.
People have been asking
Yeah,
me
I like
again
I like jam
if
jelly,
the
whatever,
hats
whichever. I
and the
think they're fine.
t-shirts, when they are, if they are the right ones. Anybody, and I mean anybody, who is selling hats, t-shirts, hoodies, anything, it's not real. I know I did a live broadcast, but I was conned. They're not real, nothing, and anything, t-shirts like this are not real. Unless I actually say it on camera to you, nothing is real.
So people are making bootleg, or at least 5 years ago, we're making bootleg K's cooking merch. I need a minute. Why? Why is someone making bootleg K merch? What have I done wrong with my life? I can't comprehend this. The metaphysical implication of K saying, unless I said it in front of you on camera, nothing is real. Apparently it is. That hurts me. That hurts to think about. Anyway, let's see how to actually make one of these tarts correctly. traditional. Let's go with the traditional one.
Delicious, hot or cold, served with a jug of cream, English custard, or a mug of tea. Bakewell tart is a traditional, timeless British classic.
This looks nothing like what she was cooking.
Winston? Winston? Come back with that leg of lamb.
All good recipes have a great history to them, and that certainly goes for the dish that I'm making today, the Bakewell tart.
Is it wrong that I look at this guy and I think, yeah, he's very British.
Pudding. Bakewell tart's like a variant.
Like, I don't know what it is. I
on
just like to say,
Bakewell
yep, this is a British
pudding,
guy.
and was created, invented in the 20th century, whereas Bakewell pudding, well, that's been around since medieval times. Both the tart and the pudding are associated with the quaint little market town called Bakewell in Derbyshire in the UK. Both recipes are supposed to have come from there. The Bakewell pudding is a beautiful, delicious, buttery puff pastry on the base, and then a layer of jam, and then it's sort of an almond egg custard that goes on the top. Nothing like the Bakewell tart. Bakeries like the old original Bakewell pudding shop and Bloomer's original Bakewell puddings both claim to have the original secret recipe. And trust me, both of them are amazing. Tourists flock there from all over the country, especially over weekends. And we're not going to get involved in which one has the original recipe and which one is best, because we're making the Bakewell tart. Bakewell tart actually has a beautiful buttery pastry, a short crust pastry, and it has flour, butter, egg, and powdered sugar in there. They all go in the food processor, whiz them round, and that makes a beautiful paste.
Okay, so she wasn't wrong about it going in. I mean, it's a processor. It's technically the blender processor, kind of the same thing, I think. I'm not a cook, so I don't know. But I mean, it technically isn't. But I mean, Kay wasn't too far off, I guess, using a blender like that.
The Bakewell tart came along in the 1900s.
They're not okay. Then never mind.
This beautiful almond sponge replaced that almond custard from the Bakewell pudding.
But I mean, it wasn't a mixer, like a hand mixer, at least. That we know that wasn't correct.
Instead, this delicious short crust pastry.
And of course, she didn't
Sometimes
use a
it's
rolling
easier
pin.
to actually refrigerate the dough first, but if you're careful, you can actually start rolling it out right away. Plenty of flour on the table to stop it sticking, and then we want to roll it out to about a 1/4 inch thickness. Then we're going into this flute tin. And push your fingers around the edges to get right into those corners.
Okay.
Once you've pushed it into the corners, then we take the knife and run it around the top. This takes off all the excess pastry that we don't need. Now, it's looking messy, but we're going to make it look beautiful. So now we go around the edges, a little flour on the fingers, and then just squeeze and make it all the same thickness all the way around. Trust me, it's worth it. See? Beautiful. Now we've got to do something called blind baking. And blind baking is when we actually put baking beans in there, put it in the oven, and part cook the sides. If we try and put the frangipan and jam in there now, well, it'll be raw on the bottom. So we just prick the bottom with a fork, make some holes in there.
Okay.
And that's going to help it cook nice and even. And then we've got to put the baking beans in. We start off with some parchment, fold it in half, turn it sideways and fold it in half again.
Baking beans.
And then start folding in and folding
Not
in.
familiar with that.
And eventually we can go to the center like this. And now just tear. And we get a nice circle that then goes on
Oh, that's
the
a nice
bottom.
little way to do that.
You may have to rewind and watch that again if you've not done it before. Next, I've got some ceramic baking beans. They're fairly expensive, but if you buy them, they last forever.
You watch Dylan a lot, don't
have
you,
them
Robot?
and you don't want to go and buy them, then you can use rice in there, or dried beans or something. I remember being at Buckingham Palace. Actually, no, I was at Balmoral, and I was making this bakewell. And I got to this stage here, and it was in the tray, ready to go in the oven. And Prince Philip came down into the kitchen. And he was chatting about what he wanted to take out for the barbecue that night. And suddenly he saw this, and I think just out of the corner of his eye or something, he thought they were berries. So he picked a handful out, and he was just about to eat them. I just got in time. No, Your Royal Highness, no. They're ceramic baking beans. I mean, they would have taken his teeth out. Into the oven, 350. We're just going to colour the outside and the bottom too.
How did you mistake him for a berry?
While the pastry's blind baking, we can start getting the other ingredients ready. It's a layer of jam on the bottom, and then the frangipan goes on the top. The jam that I'm using is strawberry jam, and when I
like
made
good
this
strawberry.
for the royal family, we'd use strawberry jam most of the time. The Queen would go picking berries in the cages at Balmoral and bring them up to the kitchen, and we'd make jams, and they were perfect for this. Prince Philip, he was a huge fan of plums. He had Victoria plums growing in the gardens at Balmoral.
Not usually, as far as I know.
So sometimes when he had a lunch party,
a plum jam?
Use the plum jam on the bottom. It doesn't really matter. Your favorite. You can use apricot
I've never
jam,
had plum,
peach jam, anything
like
you
in a
want
jam
there.
form. That sounds
but I think
interesting,
the
actually.
traditional recipe is using strawberry jam. The frangipan was really easy to make and tastes absolutely delicious. So for the frangipan, we actually start off with butter and sugar. And the butter and sugar go into the mixer.
It's
and
a
we
mixer.
Just cream those for a little
Kay was
while
trying to do it by hand.
until smooth and buttery. Next, we'll scrape down the sides. It helps having the butter at room temperature when it goes in, because it creams much quicker and faster. So then we add the egg and the almond meal, almond flour.
Oh, interesting, almond flour.
Almond extract. This, I use the Nielsen Massey one. I put a link in the description if you want to get some. If you just want to use regular almond flavoring, you can, but this is the best. Promise you, love this one. The almond flavor is absolutely amazing in there. You don't need a lot, just
I do like a good almond.
Because it really is concentrated. Mix all that together. And there we've got our frangipan. Once the tart has gone all golden brown around the edges, then we can take out carefully the baking beans. Just be careful you don't drag up the pastry from the bottom. Now it's going to go back in the oven for about 5 more minutes. Just to
I have not had an
dry out
almond
the
that
top.
didn't taste bitter and awful. Really?
Now we've got a gorgeously cooked tart shell. So we'll take the jam and put
I
that
like chocolate
into
with
the
almonds
bottom.
in them. I don't eat almonds too much by themselves, but they're not bad. Okay, so this is a lot more, jam than what we saw with Kay's by a lot. And that looks so much different. Look at that.
It's almost ready for the oven now. It just needs, classically, traditionally, flaked almonds sprinkled on the top. But my recipe, the one I use all the time, I put amaretti biscuits on. You can get these from places like World Market, all those good stores. I put a link to them in the description if you want to order these ones. I take the amaretti cookies and literally just push them, and they collapse.
Ooh. Interesting. It's always nice to see competent cooking.
To the bakewell tart. It adds the almond flavor, which are obviously in the these biscottis, these amaretti cookies. And it also adds that nice crunch texture too. A nice sprinkle on there. Then into the oven for about 20 minutes till it's golden brown and just slightly firm to
That's
touch.
what I figured was wrong with Kay's. The butter mix needed to be fluffy.
Once it's come
Yeah.
out of the oven, we let it cool a bit. Let it.
It also
set.
needed to be cooked
Let that
thoroughly
jam
too.
set up, let that frangipan set up so it's nice and crispy, crunchy.
Notice how
on
it's
the
not
top.
gelatinous.
Then all we have to do is finish it with a little
Yeah,
powdered sugar.
I've noticed that
icing
too.
sugar in the UK, right? As if things weren't complicated enough with the Bakewells, there's actually another one, a cherry Bakewell. You may have heard of that one. Mr. Kipling, the UK's largest cake manufacturer in the UK, made that one famous. His cherry Bakewells. I'll let you into a secret. At Buckingham Palace, whenever the Queen was travelling and she had all of her pastry chefs with her, Mr. Kipling would supply the cakes at the palace. The cherry Bakewells were the most popular ones. The chefs loved them. Exceedingly good cakes. Even we said that. This for me is more traditional. I know I've put my little twist to it by adding those beautiful amaretti cookies, but you've got to admit
That looks
this is a
good.
beautiful, beautiful pudding dessert. I love the crunchy pastry, the crunchy topping as well. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look at that.
So good. That looks good.
I hope you've enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up if you can. Subscribe if you haven't already. And tell your friends. Share the video with your friends. I love making these traditional classics, dishes I made at Buckingham Palace. Bakewell tart, traditional Bakewell tart. Okay, with my little twist on it. I never get tired of making it, and I never get tired of eating it. See you again soon.
Just went in on it, didn't he? Still, that looked pretty good. That looks like something I would honestly eat. Huh. Let me see something. We're gonna do something else fun. I'm looking for a certain channel. I just cannot remember the name. Was this it? Yeah, I think this is it. Theme Park Crazy. Now, I am a big fan of dark rides.
Epilepsy warning for flight.
Yeah, so I'm glad this has that. So if you have epilepsy issues, do not watch. But yeah, I love dark rides. They're fun. I like how creative people can be with them. So let's watch a top 10 list. It's something kind of relaxing. Like it's scary dark rides with jump scares. Woohoo.
Flashing lights and colors.
Please note, this list will contain spoilers for each ride. You can find a ride list in the description. In our last video, we talked
It's a little
about
loud.
famous jump scare moments on roller coasters, but these moments also exist on plenty of dark rides. These scares throw a surprise twist at you, heightening your flight or fight response and giving you a good startle. To tell you the truth, there are so many of these moments on dark rides that there was no way I could include them all on this list. If I left out a dark ride jump scare you were thinking of,
I
feel free
wish
to comment it down below.
I had
But
the
with that being
finances
said, here
and
are the
ability
top
to make
10
a dark ride.
jump scares
I
as
would
voted
love
on
it.
by the viewers.
Why is there
Number
a
10,
big duck?
The pop-up ghosts on the Haunted Mansion at various Disney parks. The Haunted Mansion is without a doubt the most famous haunted house ride on Earth. Its blend of dark comedy and genuine scares is brought to life by detailed set design and an array of animatronics. Some of the more famous characters include Madame Leota and the Hatbox Ghost. But for this segment of the list, we'll be talking about a more startling set of characters. Specifically, these guys, known as pop-up ghosts, spring up suddenly from behind the scenery.
I
These
wouldn't
ghosts
call them
have
scary.
changed in appearance over the years, sporting a variety of different faces and expressions. They're most famous for their appearance in the cemetery scene, but they have also existed in the attic scene. During the holiday season at California's Disneyland, the mechanisms in the attic are reused for Jack-in-the-Box jump scares, as part of their annual Nightmare Before Christmas retheme. In the past, these ghosts would scream when popping out, though that was reportedly turned off a few decades ago for unknown reasons. Either way, there's a good chance you were once startled by these guys as a kid,
No.
but this is only the beginning
Not
of the
once.
list. Number 9. The giant rubber duck on the flume at England's Alton Towers.
What?
Back in 1981, Alton Towers opened a log flume
A
ride
rubber
named
duck jump
Whitewater
scare.
Flume. At the time, it was the longest
Color me
log
curious.
flume in the world, measuring at almost 3,000 feet long. Later renamed to just the Flume, the attraction would be sponsored by the Imperial Leather Toiletries Company in 2004. The logs were redesigned to resemble bathtubs, and the Flume had a brief dark ride section added to it. First, you pass by a bathtub sitting in the darkness with a rubber duck inside. All of a sudden, to your right, a giant rubber duck appears with a loud quacking sound. The implication being that he's hopping into your bathtub. Not going to lie, this is one of the most adorable jump scares I've ever seen. Even still, though, this
It's like when
duck
people do
scared
the big
hell out
quack
of
noise
people.
on
The
Twitch.
fact that it was suddenly
Try to
lit up
scare
in the
people.
darkness
That's
with a loud
hilarious.
noise triggered a natural knee-jerk response. Eventually, the ride was removed from the park in 2015, being replaced with the wooden roller coaster Wicker Man. The whereabouts of this duck are currently unknown, and we here at Theme Park Crazy have been unable to contact him. Number 8. The Were-Rabbit on Wallace and Gromit's Thrill-O-Matic at England's Blackpool Pleasure
I didn't know
Beach.
Wallace and Gromit had
Wallace
a ride.
and Gromit are perhaps the most iconic animated British duo of all time. In 2013, these two even got their own ride at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. On Wallace and Gromit's Thrill-O-Matic, guests board vehicles that resemble Wallace's slippers and are taken through several scenes from the shorts and the movie Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Towards the end, you'll enter a dark room, and all of a sudden, a large animatronic of the Were-Rabbit appears right next to you with a loud roar. This guy gets pretty close to the ride vehicle too, and there's no doubt he's startled children and adults alike over the years. Almost 10 years later, this ride remains in operation, and it's highly recommended if you're a fan of Wallace and Gromit. Number 7. Thing 1 and Thing 2 on the Cat in the Hat ride at Florida's Islands of Adventure.
Oh,
If
yeah,
you've
those
ever
things are
been to
creepy
Islands
anyway.
of Adventure, you'll know it's home to some of the most modern, state-of-the-art attractions out there. The Cat in the
I
Hat
have heard good
ride
things about
isn't
that
one
park.
of
I've
them.
just never been.
As much as I love this park, this ride is admittedly pretty dated. Its set design isn't much to write home about, and to be honest, it's kind of unsettling. The cat animatronics look like something out of an 80s pizza place, and as for Thing 1 and Thing 2, they're the next subject on this list. At one point, Cat opens up a red box, and all of a sudden, Thing 1 and Thing 2 come sprinting out of it. Their movements are sudden and erratic, which has often taken many passengers by surprise. One hilarious TikTok even has someone screaming in terror at the sight of these guys.
Really?
I'll put a link to that in the description. Number 6. The
Really?
Clock Dragon at the Haunted
That's a
Mansion
jump scare?
at Pennsylvania's Knoebels Amusement
Yeah, I don't think
Park.
so.
In addition to their excellent food and superb attractions, this park has a popular haunted house dark ride. Over the years, the park has done an excellent job maintaining this ride. Its props and set pieces are intricately designed as well. Though there are several jump scares on this ride.
All right, we'll watch that real quick.
Where are they?
I'm gonna turn the volume down just in case.
Where are they?
Right. Feels a bit forced. But sure.
One in particular is especially famous among dark ride fans. Towards the beginning of the ride, you'll maneuver your way through a haunted house. After spotting a few creepy characters, you'll approach a clock.
God, that made
All
me
of a
dizzy.
sudden, a dragon's head pops right out at you. Even those who have ridden this multiple times are often caught off guard by how fast the dragon pops out of the clock. Plenty of
Okay, yeah,
time
that
and
would make
effort went
sense.
into this attraction,
That one makes
and
more
it's
sense.
well deserving of its glowing reputation. Number 5. The Truck on Test Track at Florida's Epcot. Back in 1998, Epcot Center opened their first ever thrill ride, a high-speed, state-of-the-art attraction named Test Track. Despite its high speed and banked turns, this ride is not actually a roller coaster. Instead of running on gravity, the track underneath powers the vehicle all the way through. It's quite literally a giant slot car, and the ride design is known as such. On this ride, you
I've never
take
been on
part
this.
in a series
I've never
of
been to
tests
Epcot,
meant
though.
to measure your vehicle's performance and durability. These tests include handling, temperature, and terrain. Just as a side note, the original pre-show is pretty disturbing when you think about it. After selecting the test that guests will be subjected to, the host tells the technician to pick an extra surprise test. Apparently, she was hell-bent on murdering guests and casually selected a crash test. Pretty off-putting to say the least. When Test Track first opened, it had a much more realistic feel to it, with the layout simulating a roadway. About halfway through the ride, you'll undergo a handling test. Right after turning a corner, a large truck appears right in front of you and honks its horn. Just before colliding head-on with the truck, your car will swerve out of the way at the last moment. In its early years, this ride featured a spark effect on the side, making the swerve much more realistic. Unfortunately, this effect was removed, and this part of the ride isn't as startling as it used to be. In 2012, the ride was rethemed to resemble a more computer-based setting. The truck was given decorative flashing lights, making it look much less realistic than it used to. Don't get me wrong, Test Track is still a great attraction, and it's a blast to zoom down the road at 65 miles per hour. But to me, this jump scare isn't what it used to be. Number 4, the Hungarian Horntail and Aragog double whammy.
You haven't seen that
Harry
version?
Potter and the Forbidden
I've not seen
Journey
any
at
version, so
various
you've seen more than me.
Universal parks. Talk about a mouthful. Back in 2010, the wizarding world of Harry Potter breathed new life into Islands of Adventure. Its main attraction on opening day was the revolutionary Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. This dark ride uses robotic arm technology to take guests on a magical trip
Like, I'm not
through the grounds
read
of
it, obviously,
Hogwarts.
but I've seen
Along
it.
the way, you'll come across the Whomping Willow, the Dementors, and the next moment on this list. At one point, you'll come across Hagrid, who asks if you've seen a dragon around. The erratic movements of the robotic arm make it extremely difficult to see what's coming next. All of a sudden, you'll find yourself right in front of the Hungarian Horntail, who breathes quote-unquote fire at you. And as if this wasn't frightening enough, this scene is immediately followed by another one involving Aragog and his children. These nasty acromantulas hang from the ceiling, and you'll even come face to face with the big guy himself. Unless you're literally Hagrid, you're sure to find this scene disturbing. It's definitely an arachnophobe's worst nightmare, so don't forget to shout Urania Exime. As a whole, this ride is a huge success, and it remains a highly popular attraction. Number 3, the anglerfish on Finding Nemo's submarine voyage at Disneyland.
Oh boy.
Based on the iconic Pixar film, this attraction is an underwater dark ride. Most of the ride consists of underwater projection screens retelling the movie it's based on. Although there are sadly no underwater animatronics on this ride, there is still a frightening moment for those with submechanophobia. At one point, your submarine will enter the deep dark sea, with a few small lights scattered around. Then, the lights suddenly flash on, showing a vicious-looking group of anglerfish right outside the portholes. Imagine being a little kid and seeing these pop out of nowhere.
See, that's cool.
With their sharp teeth, expressionless eyes, and underwater placement, these figures are arguably more terrifying than some underwater animatronics out there. Since they're not technically animatronics, they haven't qualified for my past submechanophobia videos. Still, it's nice to finally talk about these fish. Number 2, the Evil Queen on Snow White's Enchanted Wish at various Disney parks. In previous videos, we've discussed the jump scares on Magic Kingdom's original Snow White's Adventures ride.
Yeah,
While this ride is
I've
no
seen
longer
I've seen
in
this video
operation,
before
there
about
are
the
still
original
dark
jump
rides themed to
scares.
Snow White. These exist in California, Paris, and Tokyo. Fortunately for adrenaline junkies, these rides have a famous jump scare that's arguably as effective as the old ride. After maneuvering more peaceful scenes, you'll enter the Evil Queen's dungeon. At first, it
I remember
appears as
this
if
part
she's
from
looking
when it
at
was
her
at Magic
reflection
Kingdom.
in the mirror, but the moment she turns around, you'll see that she's actually transformed into the old hag from the movie. This effect is done with a separate figure on the opposite side of the mirror that rotates simultaneously with the hag. It's a genius effect that just goes to show how elaborate Disney Imagineering is, and it's one not to tell your friends about if you want to see their reaction. Number 1, the Carnotaurus finale on Dinosaur at Disney's
Yeah, I remember
You wouldn't
this.
think a Disney attraction would be one of the most intense and terrifying dark rides out there, but Dinosaur fits that bill perfectly.
I will say
Originally
this was an
opening as
interesting
Countdown
one.
to Extinction, this ride takes guests on a heart-pounding quest to bring an iguanodon to the present day. Unfortunately, you've landed just at the end of the Cretaceous period, when the asteroid is just about to hit the Yucatan Peninsula. The layout is jam-packed with advanced dinosaur animatronics, with the most impressive of the bunch being the Carnotaurus. This dinosaur mixed with the devil has been horrifying park guests for years, but it's his final appearance on the ride that makes this list. Towards the end of the experience, the asteroid is just seconds away from striking the Earth, with no Bruce Willis in sight. All of a sudden, the Carnotaurus comes charging right towards guests, racing towards the vehicle head-on. A strobe light adds to the scene's intensity, as does the alarm sound. The positioning of the
Yeah.
Carnotaurus right above the drop also gives
I
the
actually like
illusion
that
you'll
one.
want to crash into it. Overall, this is a memorable, terrifying, and startling jump scare you can only experience at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Now it's time for the comment shoutout program. This is where I take 3 random comments from my past video and read them out. These comments come from my roller coaster jump scare video. HV Pond says, "Sadly, the Dark Knight coaster jump scare at Six Flags Great Adventure for some reason has stopped doing it." Erica Williams says, "It may not be a real jump scare, but my sister was definitely not expecting the tunnel launch on Maverick." And B-Rad Games says, "I subscribed. Thanks, B-Rad. If you want..."
That was something. Oh, man. Sorry, I gotta stretch real quick. We can watch one more video, I think, before we end for the night. So, let's watch some Animalogic. We'll watch one on Lynx. This will be fun. I'm going to go lay down. That's fine, Choppa. You take care, alright? Thank you for stopping by. You have a great night, too. Give my best to Charles, Cold Stare, and Ash. And you take care of yourself. Have a good night.
Environment with short winter days, seeing temperatures plunge below -60 degrees Celsius.
Look,
Deep snow
Robot,
covers much of the
it's
landscape,
your part of the
making
world.
survival here almost impossible. Yet, there's one predator that's evolved a set of tools that allow it to thrive in these extreme conditions. While few have ever seen one, this region's apex predator rules with a huge, fluffy, padded fist.
Oh, damn.
This is the winter ghost, the Canada lynx.
The duck didn't make it.
Hi, I'm Danielle Dufault. You're watching Animalogic.
Oh, wow, you're really close.
This is a Canada lynx.
Seeing a Canada lynx in real life was an immense privilege, but there are lots of other animals I love to learn about by watching docs on my new favorite discovery, Magellan TV. There are so many docs to see there, with over 20 hours vacation.
Skipping the commercial.
The Canada lynx is the most northern-dwelling wildcat in the world. Found mostly in Canada and Alaska, its range is massive and more northerly than any other feline, with its cousin, the Eurasian lynx, being a very close second. The Canada lynx's range is limited by the tree line, relying on the cover of foliage to hide their approach from their prey.
They just look so odd for some reason. Like, something about just like proportions are
The northern
weird.
edge of their range will expand as it becomes warm enough for trees to grow, making the Canada lynx one of the few species that benefits from climate change. At least in this one very specific instance. To get a closer look at them, we traveled to the boreal forests of the Yukon during an early winter cold snap. Temperatures were bombing,
To the Yukon.
peaking at about -45 degrees Celsius.
Oh, no.
But the frozen noses and toes were worth it to see one of the most iconic yet elusive cats in the world.
I can't imagine the old growth logging is helping their territory.
All
Probably
the way
not.
to the Yukon. This is the furthest north I have ever been. We're here to
Probably
look for
not.
some of North America's most incredible cold climate creatures.
The Canada lynx's range overlaps with the cougar around the slopes of the mountains of the Pacific Northwest. But luckily, they avoid conflict by going after different prey. Usually. Cougars can weigh up to 100 kilograms and routinely hunt for sheep, goats, and deer, which can be even larger than they are. Canada lynx are much smaller, about the size of an English Cocker Spaniel with a maximum weight of 15 kilograms. The Canada lynx is the second largest member of their genus.
Okay,
after
what's the largest one?
Eurasian lynx.
Oh.
But they're much larger than their other two cousins, the endangered Iberian lynx and the bobcat, which is technically a lynx.
Oh, look at those fluffy tails.
This might seem surprising, because at first sight, they look like
I think
large
it links in a
cats.
fight.
But they're basically just a thick coat of fur wrapped
I don't
around
know.
4 stilts. Their fur is about 10 centimeters long in the winter.
Bring it on, you floofy
so
bastard.
if you were to poke one, your finger would disappear in their fur, and then you'd lose it. You shouldn't poke a lynx. #science.
These frosty felines have extra long hind limbs, but they're not designed for a long-distance chase. What they are good for is bounding out of the snow and pouncing on their prey.
Living in environments full of ice and snow for most of the year makes chasing impractical. So Canada lynx, much like foxes,
They're like bunnies.
polar bears, and other northern
Nah, they're
carnivores,
pouncers.
are ambush predators.
Goofy ass
But
nature
before
mistakes.
going out on the hunt, you need a big stretch to limber out. Stretch. Oh,
Aw.
that's good. They use their amazing sense of smell and hearing to find their prey's dens. They wait patiently for them to come out, and then they strike. This lynx is on the prowl. Just beyond the tree line, it's spotted
Is it gonna be
its
the
next
duck?
meal.
No. Oh yeah, it is a duck, sorry.
A mallard. It waits patiently for the mallard to get within striking distance. Its gray coat camouflages the lynx perfectly against a tree. And then, it pounces. It quickly snaps the mallard's neck, punctures its throat, and carries it off into the woods to devour.
The lynx calls the boreal forest its home and never really travels beyond the tree line into the tundra because it is so closely reliant on its food sources in the forest.
Canada lynx are one of the most specialized predators on Earth. One single
They have
prey
underbites, it
species
looks
can
like,
make up to
with the way their
97%
snout
of their
is.
diet in parts of their range. For Canada lynx living in those areas, their lives depend on the deaths of snowshoe hares. This reliance on snowshoe hares is particularly important in the northern part of their range, where there isn't much else to eat.
That's
An
a
average
big-ass
lynx
rabbit.
catches 3 hares a week, and when there are too many lynx, this causes a hare population collapse. Every 8 to 11 years, snowshoe hare populations dip below a critical point, and the local lynx are unable to get enough food to survive. Snowshoe hare density can fall from over 2,300 hares per square kilometer to about 12 hares per square kilometer in under 2 years. That's a
Jeez.
99.99% decline in the span it took to reboot Spider-Man. The lynx are then forced to leave the area, sometimes traveling up to 1,000 kilometers in search of food. They will have no babies for up to 2 years. Many lynx starve during this period. Some die of natural causes, exacerbated by the lack of food, and others are forced to go for more dangerous prey and end up dying. This causes a collapse in lynx populations, which eventually leads to a recovery of the snowshoe hares. Then the lynx return, they start having babies, and the cycle starts anew. All of this has happened before. All of this will happen again. These cats only live where snowshoe hares are abundant, and because they face the same environmental
And somewhere
challenges,
the vegan teacher is
they have
wagging her
convergently
finger at the
evolved
lynx
to
for
be
killing
very
the cute
similar.
rabbit.
The old saying, you are what you eat, does seem to apply to the Canada lynx because it shares a few adaptations with its main prey, the snowshoe hare.
One of the biggest issues for small animals in these regions is how to get around when there are several feet of snow on the ground for over half of the year. Getting stuck in a snowbank can easily be fatal.
The lynx's paws are truly massive. This helps them distribute their weight across the snow and acts
Yeah, they
very
do
much
kind of look
like
like
a
rabbit's
snowshoe.
feet, don't they, a little bit?
Yet another thing it has in common with the snowshoe hare.
They're up to 10 centimeters across, which is cartoonishly huge for an animal their size. It would be like a beagle having paws the size of paperbacks. They have short tails and ears to reduce heat loss, and they have 2 layers of densely packed fur to keep them warm at temperatures as cold as minus 60 degrees Celsius. Here in the Yukon, we were lucky to see a brand new mom.
Oh, is it little babies?
It's extremely beautiful here, but it's just as cold as it is pretty. Everything is just frosted and dusted with snow. Apparently there's giant mountains here. I just can't see them yet through all the snow. We arrived here in the Yukon pretty late last night, just past midnight. There's only about 4 hours of sunlight per day here. So we need to work fast. Try and find some animals, get some good footage. We're about to go see some Canada lynx, and I am so beyond excited. These animals are one of my favorites on the planet. Oh my god, here they come. There's Mama and her kitten. Go! Oh! Did you hear that? Yeah.
The mating season is spring, and babies are born in early summer, so this kitten is about 5 months old. She'll stay with her mom until next spring, but won't become sexually mature until the following year. At this age, she can go out with mom on her hunts.
Oh, that's a feisty little kitten. She's trying to snag the meat away from her own mom.
Snowshoe hares are still the main priority, but they won't reject carrion or other easy-to-catch prey like grouse. Canada lynx are more active at night, but their great senses of smell and hearing can alert them to roadkill or other available prey. In this case, it's the remains of a bird. At night, when they're out on the hunt, they're more likely to run into other lynxes in their range who are doing the same thing. These conflicts can get awkward. You get it. You don't like each other.
It does sound like someone trying to pretend to be a lynx. It's hilarious.
It's still relatively abundant in most of Canada and Alaska. It's considered a threatened species in the contiguous 48 states, but it has been successfully reintroduced to Rocky Mountains in Colorado, and there, their populations are growing.
Well, that's good.
If you live somewhere near snowshoe hares, keep an eye out for one of the world's most unique, beautiful, and mysterious cats. You could be in the presence of a Canada lynx. Being this close to a mama lynx and her cub was incredibly heartwarming, and we couldn't get enough. So we left the Yukon and drove 400 kilometers to Alaska to meet up with Steve Kroschel, who happens to be friends with a big male lynx. So, for the second time this week,
I'm hanging out with a Canada lynx. Our first stop here at the Kroschel Nature Center is to see a lynx. They've got a male one
Nah, I
here,
would
and his
admit,
name
stuff
is
like that would be
Lennox.
pretty cool to see. Animals like this that are, you know,
Animals.
somewhat tamed.
Oh my
In the
goodness.
sense that they're more used to
I'm
humans
going to enter
and
the
be able to
lynx
like
enclosure.
interact with them a little bit.
Walking, Danielle, come right with me now. We are friends, after all.
Wish me luck.
I will protect you. Now, I've never let anybody come in here before.
Oh, really?
No,
Okay.
this is a first. And you just
Well,
surprised me.
thank you. Thank you for the
close the
honor.
door. Now, it's a wild and dangerous animal. It's in its territory. You see, so go ahead and shoot. Shoot, you should be
Oh,
safe.
I am.
You should be safe. And,
This is such an honor to be sharing space with the lynx.
Well.
This is a dream.
yeah, they're, I worked with lynx my whole life.
Yeah.
The ethology, you see. Now, what I'm going to do here, because he's curious, walk over here on this right side, so I'll protect you. I'm giving you this space. And what we're going to do let's just talk to him here. Now, I have various calls, and I'd like you to make these calls with
Oh,
me.
I'd love to.
The call is as follows. Yeah, see? Perfect. Okay, now
Yeah, I
toss
couldn't
this
do that.
tidbit,
I can't roll my tongue.
this part.
Okay.
Your glove mitten's going to be dirty, but is that
That's
okay?
fine. I can wash them.
Now, call it. Now, toss it there. Make that call again, Danielle. Okay, here's some more.
Can I?
Now throw it. That's it.
I do spend all day talking to my cat in her language, so this isn't so different.
Good job, Danielle.
Thank you.
You're building a relationship. Come on over here. Now just.
He's really been marking this carcass, eh?
Yeah. Now what you want to do is just purr, because they do purr. You see. No, like this.
Oh, that's a very different purr.
Yeah. Well, you're building a relationship with the lynx. You like
Beautiful.
that?
It's one of my dreams come true, essentially.
He did not become aggressive.
So kind.
See, you give off a frequency that the animal can understand. That's the thing. Various people give off various frequencies, and animals can read it. They read honesty, sincerity, and all of these good things, all these virtues, and the animal can tell that.
I believe in that very much. All the animals I've ever had in my life have been great judges of character from the get-go.
That's the lie detector of the wild.
So they're licking the snow.
Of course, the don't pet a lynx rule doesn't apply if you're Steve.
Oh.
Aww.
Oh, that was so sweet.
Thanks for having us. So what should we talk about next? Please let me know in the comments, and be sure to subscribe for new episodes of Animal Logic every week. Thanks for watching. See ya!
Always like the drawing at the end. Just the time lapse, it's always nice. Yeah, that was nice. But that's gonna be it for me. Real quick, big stretch. So, actually, before we raid out, real quick, at the end of the month, let me double check the date. On the 26th is what I'm going to aim for. I am going to be doing another subathon to celebrate my second anniversary as a Twitch affiliate. So I'm going to probably start like the last time, about 10:30 in the morning Eastern, and max at 12 hours, so about 10:30 at night. And I'm going to play some games, going to watch some videos, and of course there's going to be goals, which I am going to have people in the Discord server actually help me with some suggestions for stuff you all want to see as sub goals. I've got a couple already as ideas, but I want a few more, brainstorming with a few people. And what kind of games do you want to see me play? So I'll be discussing that in the Discord server, but the plan is to aim for the 26th, unless like something happens. So it's a couple days after Thanksgiving and the day after Black Friday. Pretty easy to remember. So be sure to look forward to that. And yeah, that's really the big announcement I had, as I said at the top of the stream. So that's what's going to be going on near the end of the month. I'm going to be getting everything planned out, and I will be putting the final official, sub goal list and times and stuff like that up probably in the next week or so. And that's going to be a good time. Probably going to try to get a few people in to play some multiplayer things here and there. Not a lot of them, but a little bit. And it's going to be great. So I look forward to seeing you all for the subathon. As for this coming week, it is the last week before the Pokemon games come out. So again, I'm not going to be starting a lot of big playthroughs. Friday, of course, will be Persona. So we'll be picking up where we left off on that one. As for the rest of the week, maybe I'll play Potion Permit again. And I'm not sure on the other days of the week yet. I'm gonna have to go through and get some ideas. But I'll be back Tuesday for excuse me. Yeah. For some more fun here on stream. Tuesday will probably Potion Permit, if I had to take a guess. But that's really all I've got. We're gonna find someone to raid. We have not had a chance to raid Batty in a while. Batty kind of went on a weird little hiatus. Also dealing with some stuff because Twitter-related things. So we're gonna go raid Batty. So thank you everyone for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Other faces. Let's go say hi to Batty, and I will see you Tuesday. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.